And I'm live. Testing, testing. Nice. Testing concluded. Result positive. No further testing needed. Hello, below average. How are you doing? I'm excited to be back. This is Shadow of the Colossus, yeah. Original. I love when you get really easy ones, so you just speed run through these. It's like, I mean, the downside is you, what's it called? You speed run through the early part, so people don't have time to get in here, but it does feel good. Just got a DM. Why didn't the... Oh yeah, have I turned off the Discord thing to show when I'm live? Activity privacy. No, I should be activity sharing. Does it not understand that I'm live? Stream mode is enabled as well. Oh, it just took a while. Okay. Street Fighter who? Okay, so it's not Street Fighter. Genesis and Game Boy. The fuck? No, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes for it to go. It never happens before 5 minutes into the stream. The bot has like a delay to it. Game Boy and Genesis. Is it original King of Fighters? Oh. Finish him. Mortal Kombat was on Game Boy? Really? Truly the best home version to date. To date. It's the logo, nothing about that. Is that a 2 there? I think that looks like a 2 there. I see the trademark at the bottom. Wait, is that... We gotta zoom in. No, it just says Mortal Kombat. I mean, I already did 1. I guess 3 is the next logical one. Correct saga. Mortal Kombat 2 isn't in the list. That's the thing. If Mortal Kombat 2 was in the list, I'd do it, but it's not in the list. So it has to be... It could be like one of the... like have a subtitle. But if it had a subtitle, I feel like it would show further... Oh my god. Kill me. Kill me. That's so evil. Did I scroll through that and just not see it every time? Not to be confused with 11. I'm already confused, bro. It's been 2 minutes and I'm confused. Means it's not the sales guy either. I do not recognize this. Big ass key. Okay, I feel like if I knew the game, I'd... Sackboy? Boomst? Lies of P. Little Nightmares. Okay. No, I've never played Little Nightmares, so that makes perfect sense. I wouldn't get that. There's no way. Good guess. Very well done. Burnout drifting open world microtransactions. It's not Burnout. That's fucked up. It said Burnout. I'm not gonna get this. Greatest hits? We're just gonna do random... Okay, it is a Need for Speed. Dead multiplayer, okay. Which are the cool ones? Heat is good. Underground is cool. Oh. It's a mainline one. Carbon, okay. I don't know what a saga means in the context of Need for Speed. Have they done like a soft reboot? You only... You only need like half the games to follow the story? I wonder how it would categorize Kingdom Hearts into different sagas. Maybe all of it would be one saga. That's a fascinating question. Also, you know, yesterday when I took your comment out of context and put it on Blue Sky, I thought it was really funny. This is the Shatter Blue the Print that joined afterwards. So they saw your comment and they're like, okay, I gotta check out this stream. Reading this, they're like, what the fuck is Pipsqueak streaming? And they jumped in the stream and were there for like 2 hours. Very funny. So you are directly responsible. Hello, Niklas. Good timing. There's like 5 Need for Speeds for the PS2. I played Underground a little bit, but I haven't really played any of them for more than a handful of hours. Oh yeah, we're in the end game now where we actually have real music. This feels like a song that would play in Demon's Roots. I don't need to save, I just save. I do need to check, because we reloaded a save. Yeah, she still has dog shit equipment on. I was afraid of that. It's better to have a balanced attack and defense. This was what we were doing, right? There we go. Excuse to save. Has been spotted. We've done it. Blood Underlord. Well, they're all gonna be weak as fuck. Keeping to the theme. It's nice to get into it, like, immediately. But I should have checked who's in my party, because this is not the party. Blind, Silence, and Poison. Underlord. Get silenced. We need to hook up Aka with some anti-Lust Def defense. This shit is ridiculous. Is this the default OG crew? I guess these are the 4 first one. Yeah, you're right. Hello, Sahad. We got the worst crew for this ever, but we're making it work. I like that I used the status effect thing from Kum on the elite, and it said weak, and then didn't get a single status applied to it. Which is always like a good sign. Like that's always sick when that happens. You will know when endgame starts? No, endgame is a vibe check on music. Unironically, that's the real endgame. We've had no new songs for a long ass time, and now we had a new song for the first time in ages. That is how you know the endgame started. And I'm only like 2% joking there. That is a heuristic I use. Oh yeah, right. We lost a bunch of party members to what's the word? I guess I don't. Do I want her here? Might want. Actually, what we do is simple. We do heal star and then we Ouya for the AoE heal because Kum doesn't have a good AoE heal. But yeah, no, that is a heuristic I unironically use, because it works pretty well. Gather healing. Huh. The fuck? When did you get gathered healing? Big airship battles do feel like endgame. True, that as well. It's like, arguably, it's not as common, but it's a tier below fighting God in a JRPG. Like, it's just below it. No, you don't understand. It doesn't mean that we're in, like, the final few hours. It means that we're in the part of the game that is categorized as the endgame. The length of the endgame can be anything from, like, half the game to, 5 minutes. This fragment of the island appears to be a defensive node. We shouldn't waste time breaking through it, since we're already here. Makes sense. You know what? Let me not be lazy. I should have done this before the stream started, but I should be on my treadmill. Sorry for stalling. I need to set up the treadmill. It just... I feel like if I don't exercise while I'm streaming, there's like no reason not to. You understand, right? Like, something about it, like, or rather, it feels like doing them together at the same time as like a ritual just means I get more exercise done. Whereas if I stop doing it, then it'll be easier to go like, I don't want to do it today. Up. Slightly off center though. Is it weird that I wish the Lord of Blood was less chill and more camp? No, I think a bunch of other characters are so far in the like extreme direction that I feel like his presentation in this game makes him stand out because he's not more camp, if that makes sense. By all rights, he should be more camp. I will refill my water bottle as well. Stay hydrated. Ready to go. I still haven't fixed the app from, like, issue from last time. So I just use the remote now. There we go. And my anti-static wristband, which I probably don't need, but better safe than sorry. Okay, now we're ready. Sorry about that. Big Doom ritual. Happy I switched the party because AoE seems very, very nice. Which one does the most damage? It's usually the Reapers. Hold the line! I'm assume the magic is good against them. Apparently not. Mighty Bash. Shield strike intended to disable, confuse, and paralyze enemy. That's very strong. It's funny how rarely I use some team comps, so I've definitely seen that ability before, and I've just, like, not internalized that she has it. I'll just have her on healing duty. That's not... her attacks don't change type. It said... does... you just made her physical AoE weaker. That is not how I read that. I need to reread that. That is not how I've read that the entire game. Shifts power from physical strength to magical. I read this as converting. To me, this reads as converting her the ability. But okay, sure. Huh. Interesting. Because all her offensive stuff is physical. So, like, physical strength to magical, like, this is physical. This is physical. And these two are buffs. So it's like, magic doesn't exist. Like, she has no magical attack. She has healing, which is this one. But she has no... But then why does she have one that says magical power and one that says healing power? Like, why does she have both of these? These are the same thing. This is insanely confusing to have a separate one. Like, these should be one. There's no reason to have both of these if all of her attacks are physical. She has some magical attacks. I haven't seen a single one. That's very fair. You just don't have them yet? Give me those before you give me the magical buffs. Is how I would say that. I don't need a buff to magical before I have magical. Oh yeah, I need Yara in my... I should actually... Can I... Is this instant? No. that doesn't work. If you do that, doesn't like it. Cleavage, guard, and then here I wanted to do sexual mana. Please don't kill everyone first. Okay, good. 1 live. Perfect. 200 mana. I just think it's really silly to give me both a healing and a magical one. And also the, like, weapon for combat mages and everything. And she just doesn't have anything. I guess it's this, the Robin synergy. That just seems like really confusing design. To me, this to me reads as you switch what type your damage is. Because a strike that hits all opponents with a wave of physical force, I feel like this can be read as either physical or magical. Like physical is in my head, physical is the same as rock. Like we have the rock abilities from like Altina, Earth. Like, I know it says magical rock and earth, but in my head, like, this strike, if you switch it to magical, is the same thing. Whereas this is always attack. It's a combination of how of like, the tools you get access to, not supporting the buffs you get. Like, I don't think she should start with these at all. Or they should have a different... You know, this shouldn't say shifts power. This should say buffs magic. Start her at a lower strength, and then if this debuffs your physical, start you at the lower value and have you forced to use one of them, so that you actually dance between them. Instead of saying shift power from physical strength to magical, just say buffs magical damage. And then you do the same thing for this one, and they're both on a shared cooldown, so they're mutually exclusive. That would be way more clear than shifts power. I think that's really the root of the problem. These two compounds it a bit, but they don't matter nearly as much. They're also later in the game, so you have access to the Robin synergy and stuff. Now you have an option of not using an aura. But you shouldn't. You should use auras. I don't know, I think it's... they need to reword it. I think it's incredibly confusing how it's worded, even having reread it multiple times. I think forcing her to lock your style should be how you play the character. Like, anyway. There's probably niche cases where you don't want to, but like having an 80% strength heal versus a 100% is not gonna be a big difference. Well, then we agree to disagree. I will not let up on that one. I think that is poor wording, and I will stick with that. God. Debuff City. Does this buff defense again? I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. Sexual mana. Someone does not have to be a fence sitter. You can make your own decisions. You don't have to be a fence sitter. You could have opinions. Centrism is not inherently a moral choice. We talked about the status quo earlier. You are doing this, the status quo as default. Oh shit! Why did that? Okay. Am I getting penalties for killing these guys? Huh. Seems like those were ordinary soldiers, not the elites we usually meet. Oh. Okay, it's one fight earlier. Are you... What happens if I... You've done this multiple times before, game. And you rewarded me for not attacking them. I mean, if they're one-shot fodder like this, then I think it's fair to at least give it a check if you want to save them. We've saved orcs from previous Incubus Kings multiple times. What are you talking about? Tried fleeing? You can't flee this fight. Well, I suppose it's infinite mana. If only I could use it on sexual mana multiple times. Well, I guess I do have to kill you. Sorry. I really tried my best. Can't blame me. It's incredibly silly to be like, oh no, an orc died, when we've done this exact thing like 7 times in the game so far. And I think at least once 4 orcs. Or at least enemy units, enemy troops. That shit happens all the time in this game. Rip bosses twice? Yeah, they really did have to die twice. You know, Sekiro, shadows die twice. Something. something. Bonk. We're getting right up to the main fortress, but still, no sign of the Lord of Blood. I know, Simon, can you hear me? Orkent, is everything alright? The Lord of Blood appears to have fled your advance, and is instead attacking the fleet. His presence has prevented further defections. We could pursue him, but we can't afford to keep playing catch-up. I think we should leverage our position on his island to make sure that he knows he can't ignore us. For example, using the Doom King here, we could destroy a significant section of his island, threatening its ability to fly. Would it be possible to subvert his weaponry and use it from there? If we could find another cannon, perhaps we could seize it. So, we could strike at the fleet, or the island, or... If we damaged his tower defenses, it would make him more vulnerable to Nyst. Turning them against each other is always an option. I feel like the Anik has got to be here. There is some time to deliberate at length. We'll send the Doom King, but what should he do? This time I'm not locked out of going to the side. I guess it doesn't matter, I did just save, but still. Tower weakness, right? Oh, wait. We'll send the Doom King. I mean, there has been no argument for fleet or island. Whereas it's a really good argument for tower. Now we can begin the... Enemies attack base! Kill first! I need a few free moments for the Doom King. Can someone create a distraction? Have you ever played a JRPG? That shit's the worst. You want to go everywhere except where the story wants you to go. Triggering a cutscene in like a Tales of Symphonia or like a Tales of game or Trails, like all the Trails games. In Dragon Quest 2, you trigger a cutscene, you can't go back. You lose access to all the treasure. It's fucked up. Final Fantasy 2 to a slightly lesser degree. It doesn't happen as frequently, but sometimes you'd lose access to treasure. Sounds like a good time for me to step up. I'll assassinate that leader, then lead the others on a chase. You could use backup. I'll go with you. Have the fleet redirect bombardment, and call on any other support while the Doom King acts. Hiya! You trapped now. All hit. Enough. Your tyrant lord is no longer supporting you. Ambush broke. Run away! You're good at that. Thanks. The tricky part is to hit them enough to disable them without killing them. I haven't had a lot of experience holding back like that. Yeah, we know. You're a like fucking shonen protagonist. But that link severing aura is great. I thought you said that you had lost touch with your power. This is just a technique. A mechanism within the system of shards. Anyone could do it. Any chance you could teach me? Wait, what? You understand I'm just a tool, right? I mean, everyone's stuck in the system, aren't they? Love them TPing in, and they're just talking philosophy. They're just vibing like, no, man, like we're all tools to circumstance, aren't we? Like, in the grand scheme of things. I mean, one of our party members is literally toyed with by fate, consistently, so like, does it really matter? And the Succubi are like, can we attack? Hello? Can we... Anyone hearing this? I mean, everyone's stuck in the system, aren't they? I'll take any tools that help make a better world. I suppose that's true. I haven't fought... Look out! You're open! Good save, Ginasta. These seem stronger than the others. Ooh, captured by 2 warrior women covered in sweat and blood. What? I mean, you've never had defeated Succubi throw themselves at you? Not even in Erosha? I suppose I must have pushed aside such behavior. Come on, aren't you going to ravish us? Okay, calm down. We'll get to you in a bit. It's done. While we're monitoring the overall situation, how's the battle going so far? None of his troops can stand against us, and combined with a little support, we're making a splash. Hopefully it'll be sufficient to lure the Lord of Blood. The Lure of Blood. What would the Lure of Blood be? Just like a tome, maybe? You call it the Lure of Blood? It's like a blood-bending tome? I guess that's the type of artifact it would be. Hopefully it'll be sufficient to lure the Lord of Blood into a direct battle. How do we proceed? Let's go knock on the door of this fortress. Nope. Nope, nope. 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 What purpose does this building serve? Might it be useful to us? It has reasonably powerful defensive spells. They take too much time to break through. I don't sense the Lord of Blood or any targets within. We should push further north. How are you doing? I don't necessarily want to kill you, I just want to say hi. How are you doing? Enemies here already! Hurry, cannon! Charge! Charge! Hurry! Hurry! Make boom boom! They're rushing, the cannons charging. There's almost no time to fight. We need to prepare for the blast. Oh boy, do I have the wrong team for this. Incubus Assault. Hip check. Mother's Lust. Aegis Assault on like the... Wait, oh, the cannon is an option to attack. That was the wrong move. Attacking the cannon does jack shit. Never mind, it did decent damage. Ah, boom now. Get ready. Did they blow themselves up while trying to kill us? I mean, they did, but was it intentional? Is there a better way to do that? I wonder if there's a way to win that fight anyway. I think they accidentally overloaded the magic, which is somewhat sad, even for foes. It's great being compassionate and all, but can you help heal us from those foes? Oh, of course. Come them too. Healings, healings. Can you just tell me if you can do that fight without taking the cannon blast? I assume you just kill all the orcs and leave the cannon, and then you're fine. Because I feel like that was doable. If I just switched my offensive setup a little bit. I don't necessarily know if there's a reward for it, I just want to know if it's possible. The cannon has a billion HP, so I guess the cannon maybe goes off on its own. Who was it? It was you who had gathered healing, the Giga Heal. Now why would you even do that? What? Why would I want them not to blow themselves up? Because we talked about subverting the weaponry? Oh. That's a tilter. Accidentally saving over the... I guess... When was this? This was... Oh, that was not where I thought it was. Luma. Yeah, I'm planning on killing the orcs so I can subvert the weaponry and use it myself. It was literally a piece of dialogue not even that long ago. I am gonna scroll up. Oh my god, it doesn't go far enough up. Cringe! Yeah, I wanted to subvert the weaponry. But you're not gonna answer me, are you? This is something I actually do want an answer to. I will look it up if you don't answer. I just want a yes or no, if it makes a difference at all. Nothing changes? Cool. Though I do assume that if I didn't have Ilstar and I just fucking died, it's already loaded, the gun was gonna fire regardless. Very fair, but, you know, the way that combat played out made it seem like if I killed everyone and left the cannon, then the cannon wouldn't fire. Like, that, not that that was guaranteed, but that the chance was there. This fragment of the island... I want the chests! Give me the chests! I can climb the vine. You're not getting them? Yeah, I assume it's prior choices. Make better choices next time. Very fair. I don't need them anyway. It's like a lust rod or some shit. Like that everyone in the party resisted that. It's probably dominate the Crimson Elite. Easy money. King's Aura, Cleavage, Aegis Assault, and then... Flash of Torment, go! That did way more damage than I thought it would. It do be like that. But if I jump across, I can get to the ladder, and that lets me... This door is heavily fortified. It'll take some time to break through. In the meantime, I hope that Aken can... Hey, we're back! I'm glad to see you're both well. Simon, it appears that the Lord of Blood is closing in on your position. We'll be ready. You think the Doom King can distract me while you sneak into my domain? You won't find me as weak as before. I've used the tower to vastly increase my strength. A few of you with me, the rest form a line to hold off his troops. Completely unconcerned. Can I save? I should have saved right before, but you know, it is what it is. It's one combat. I really like my current party for this. I don't feel like I need to change anything. I mean, I should check equipment just to see if they have something better. One of them porno comics. Right, I forgot to show the Tasteful Literature last time. The person isn't here anymore. Tragic. There's nothing better here. Same here. Yeah, Charm. Plus defense or confusion, sleep, and paralysis. Do I have any? Oh yeah, resist many. That's why I don't have it, because resists many status effects. Right. Yeah, makes sense. I'll leave your corpses impaled outside my fortress for all to see. Okay. Hip check. Nothing. Fringe. Shield wall. They don't tend to be weak to anything, but I'll do Unify Strike anyway. Wait, Sexual Aegis. I need to check if he's actually, or if he's strong or weak to sexual attacks. So let's do that first. Do a Sexual Torment. He is weak to it. Cool. Then yes, we will intentionally. Oh, he buffs himself. Great. We will Sexual Aegis. We will. Is this buff again? Oh, that's defense and attack. Okay. One more CD. Cool. Remove the buff. Weakens armor seems pretty good. I should... If this is a long fight, I should do this. He's not strong, but incredibly durable. I believe it's linked his fortitude to the tower in some way. Vulnerable in theory, but nothing we can easily sever. Enough babbling. This has been nothing but trivial flesh wounds. We aren't going to give up. We can take you down piece by piece if necessary. But you want... Hard to do that voice with while I'm walking. Shame. I really wanted to kill him. What trickery is this? Do you think you can kill me here? Think, fool! Tanarak must have sent us both here to dispose of us, freeing him to do as he pleases. This is an outrage! How do I know you're not working together? I sense all the other Incubus Kings, except for Tanarak. There's only one logical conclusion. I do sense the presence of other shards. You worked together with the Doom King before. Might we not work together now? Bah. You think you've done enough damage to my armies? You're negotiating from a position of weakness. No. I'm not. You are negotiating from a position of a severe misunderstanding of the current situation. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. I think we're perfectly willing to do more. Then you propose a temporary ceasefire. Temporary truce, right? I wanna... If he goes after the goddess of magic, I wanna fucking kill him, not her. So I'm gonna say temporary truce. He'll appreciate the honesty more than anything, I think. Fuck you. Because you fear me? Ha! I'll leave you alone to deal with this, but there is no pact between us. I wonder if this might not have been easier had we been able to come to terms with him. Honesty not appreciated. Everything about that screamed to me that that was the right choice, but this is the type of dialogue where it just feels so bad afterwards because of the way they, what's it called? They talk about it afterwards, but they could have done that for all of them anyway. Also, I got a DM. I gotta reply to this. 1 second. Currently streaming. I'll look later. There we go. I wonder if this might not have been easier had we been able to come to terms with him. Well, easier is one thing. I want to kill him. There's no time for second guessing. We need to find our way out. Another new song. They're hitting us with many in a row. If there's any way out of this... Father! Robin, your whole team appears to be safe. We were just returning to you, having completed our mission, when the trap caught us as well. Nice, so when I actually do need them, they're still available, even though we sent them away on a mission. That's really the best situation possible, right? The best of both worlds. If it took other members of the harem, then our options for escape may be limited. Let's still investigate Let's still investigate first before confronting others. Enough. I won't let you do this.
Truly? You decide to break from your neutrality for a bunch of incubus kings?
Not for them, but to end you. Well, this isn't gonna work. There's no way that he dies anytime soon. Now, you actually want something. You've surrendered your protection of facile superiority. Fuck, it's a... Facilimi is the like singular non-possessive version of the word, right? Facilimi. So it should be facile superiority. It's probably not correct. As you engage with the world.
You always were perceptive. But if you think a washed-up observer can stop me, you're sadly mistaken.
You won't be rid of me so easily. This point feels the weakest, but I don't think we can escape, can we? Unfortunately so. Space is knotted here, and shards exerting strength only wind the knot further. However, we should be able to force a message through before we push deeper. Giving Wendy's our location is the highest priority, but I think we need someone to control the other side for our return. Orkant? I don't think we'll be able to reach many people outside. However, perhaps someone from the harem. What about Balia? She could inform the others and start creating new orcs to hold that point. I'd worry about her with so few defenses, but I think it's time to play another card. Have Trin go with her, so that they can create an instant army between them.
What?
Balia plus Trin equal instant army? Trin can make copies of herself and all the other people. Fuck is Balia gonna do? I guess create orcs? Done. We'll have to trust them to handle it. We got screwed over by the Tanarak. Attacked the Lord of Blood. Then we got what's it called? Oh, makes orcs to clone, so you clone the orcs. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But what we got is a choice for the Lord of Blood, where we could pick a temporary truce, a non-aggression pact, or a full alliance. And I said temporary truce because I want to kill him at the first possible opportunity. Meanwhile, we need to push deeper and confront the other Incubus Kings. My mana isn't that bad compared to where I thought I'd be. This is part of Tanarak's tower knot, but we can't unravel it from here. Oh, I thought these were barriers for a second. How the fuck are you in the tower? You shouldn't be here. You're hopelessly outmatched. In every way. Blood Underlord can get the big hit on him. We masturbate and then do sexual man on the next turn. Almost enough. King, Lust Renewal, Cleavage, Aegis Assault, Sexual Mana. Bonk! Went plus 200 mana on both characters there. Good stuff. So I guess I technically go minus mana on a different character, healing them. Not that it matters. Oh, I thought these were the obscure ones for a second. I was about to be so annoyed that my party is made out of exclusively physical attackers with no special damage. But no, they were not the same type. Makes sense. One of these was Disease Manifest. I feel like that one's gonna be a problem. This is gonna do exactly 0 damage. Never mind, they're weak to it. Good to know. I think Sexual Aegis is necessary. Did they hurt her? No, they haven't hurt her. I guess I'll do Masturbate again. Poison? Oh, clutch evade right there. Jesus, that's a clutch evade. King or Gasmic Strike on you, Indomitable Will, Sexual Mana. I guess I don't need the Sexual Mana yet, I'll do Haste of Sex. It's over! No, I got the heal off. The mana heal off. Good stuff, good stuff. I didn't think I would. Now we're really perfectly set up. Heal doesn't remove this. No, I need an actual cleanse. I love combat. Bone Manifest. That's what they called me. That's what they call me, the Bone Manifest. Don't ask. It's not a good story. I don't want to spend the turns on it. Barely lived. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Secret area. 44446. Big. Okay, but why are you social distancing? Why do we have a fight where the mobs are social distancing? You okay? If that's it's probably intentional, and if so, it's really funny. They're like, we want to fight you, but we're not together with these weirdos. Sure, I'll cleavage normally. It's pretty bad value, but... like, ideally I would do the shield thing, but she loses so much SP for it. Sexual Aegis. So I can't do cleavage immediately afterwards, so I waste 2 turns on it, which is too much. Do I have enough? Nope, 1 away from sexual mana. That's fine. I don't need to be at 100% mana every single fight. It's not like they're gonna drain my mana, is it? Muscle Manifest. You go to the gym, bro? Evade? Fuck you! Not a fan of that. Stop it. Guess I'll do support allies. Blade of Lust. Aegis Assault. Oh, this is gonna go on the wrong one. Shame. Okay, this is one of those fights. Give it another 2 hours and we got this. Okay, let's speed it up. Oh! Fuck, did I have the triggered Lust Death? I guess Blade of Lust did that. Yeah, I killed it instant. Okay, sure. Spooky Torch? Spooky Torch is gone. I don't want to deal with that. Good luck, Meston. You got this. Just kill Mist for me. Or Nyst. I should play RPG Maker with like speed hacks on for stream, so the menuing is like 5% faster. That would go hard. Why do you hate Meston? I don't hate Meston. I just hate trouble. And he's being trouble right now. I hope that is a sufficiently good explanation. I think you envy his edginess. Someone's protecting. I mean, yeah, I do. I do envy his edginess. I wish I could live that, like, true to my own spirit. But I do wish that my spirit was slightly less cringe than that, though. Hello, Kirby! Welcome to the stream. No, I didn't get the mana heal off. I thought you were going to go full Sombocom. Welcome to Sombocom. On today's stream, we are attacking the Lord of Blood's fortress. And the Tanorak just attacked us. The pooling demon crawls the depths of the tower. What did I miss? We continued attacking the Lord of Blood. They a bunch of his goons suicide bombed us. Hillstar is tanky enough to live somehow. Immediately afterwards, we got asked if we wanted to sabotage his fleet, his base, or the tower. We picked the tower because nothing else made sense. And then the Lord of Blood attacked us. We fought for like 2 minutes. The Tanorak arrived, teleported us both into the tower. Lord of Blood went, I could kill you now. And I go, we could do a non-aggression, like, or like a ceasefire. He's like, you're only doing this because you're weak. And I got 3 options. I could either do a temporary truce, a non-aggression pact, or a full alliance. And I said temporary truce because I want to kill him immediately. So he went, you only want a truce because you fear me, but I will leave anyway. And now we're here, fighting demons, trying to find a way out. You're caught up. You got everything. Yeah, that's why we picked the shortest option, so that I can kill him immediately. I guess I should do sexual mana now. 10k heal? Okay. Yeah, okay, we gotta set up a little bit here. Well, you have Sexual Aegis for 9 more turns. Good stuff. I need to combat masturbate once. Actually, wait. How long is this cooldown? 2 turns. That's too long. Aegis. Bonded Fantasy with Nalili, because you are going to deal damage next turn. Corrupt. I don't know if I did that last turn. Aegis Assault. Dash of Torment. Okay, I've done Corrupt, so I can't do that anymore. Pain? Frankly, I still think we outdamage her heal or its heal. Even without Hillstar for a little bit. Bonk. Oh, tons of levels. You hate to see it, you love to see it. Oh yeah, also, we just spotted Nyst and Meston fighting in the corner. And I guess we're finding our way through to them now. To kill Meston, of course. That's the main primary goal. Check the emote. What emote? maybe it isn't up on my chat arena. Do you just mean love? Because you said, like, I used the correct emote. I dodged the minefield? Oh, but I'm so used to you not dodging the minefield that I read it as if you didn't dodge the minefield. This isn't gonna work. You need to stop dodging the minefield. This is fucked up. I gotta check if I can run away from any of these fights like every time. Incubus King Emissary. Fucking kill them all. It didn't TKO? Cringe. I will be consistently inconsistent. That's awesome. It really helps me out when you do that. Fox Retribution. Or Foul... You don't pronounce the X, but... Strikes and debuffs all opponents' agility. AoE for her! Fucking finally! Okay. So Nalili, we've had a good run. You're worthless now. Bye. Can she use the unbow? That'd be baller if she could. No, the unbow is a locked weapon to the unperson. Makes perfect sense. Found free revival potions. Yippee! Crimson Ace and Crimson Elite. Agile Guard and the Retribution thingy. How good is it? Not bad. That's a ton of damage. That's pretty fucking good. I assume it's expensive, man. I didn't check. 50. Okay, that's fine. It's not that much in the grand scheme of things. Also, lowering agility is such a good debuff. Making sure we act first every time. Bonk, bonk, bonk. A bunch of fucking EXP. Why are you standing there naked, Lord of Blood? Just kind of vibing in the corner. Be gone with you before I kick your ass again. Can I? The Lord of Blood appears to have set up a field of crystals to defend his position. Yeah, that's fair. I don't trust any ability in any game to be good. They're all bad until proven otherwise. Isn't he always naked? That doesn't change the fact that it's a weird champ moment, okay? I just haven't always been commenting on it. This is... I was gonna have a question, but then halfway through I realized I didn't care about the answer, so I just went, is this? And then I stopped. Well, that sucks that you got given the Giga poison. The Giga disease. King Zara, Retribution thingy, Aegis, Ace of Sex. It's kind of weird to only comment on it now then. But I don't pay attention to how people like dress themselves. Like, it's not really the first thing I think about when I think about other people. I'm sorry for not being standard or the same as you there, I suppose. Rude of you to call that weird though, I gotta say. not really getting any brownie points with me for that. Okay, we got... Do I have Robin? Thank God. Wait, wasn't it you who had it? Who the fuck had the Giga Cure? Antitoxin. Right, there we go. I gotta open the window. It gets really hot when you walk on the treadmill. I've been upping the speed recently, so now I'm walking 3.5 kilometers an hour. Do tell me if I start to sound like breathy, like I'm out of breath. Because then I'll probably lower the speed slightly. But I don't think I'm at a speed where that should happen too fast into the stream, at least. Can't go there. Gotta go down here. I gotta go down here. Could I have gone up here the entire time? That's crazy. This is blocked. This is part of Tanorak's tower knot, but we can't unravel it from here. We can get brownie points. Only some of you, and only... like, you can't get it... You can't grind them out, is the thing. So, like, you wouldn't be able to get them, but Kirby can get them. You get it? It's kind of hard to explain. Can't unravel it from here. You can't do that now. Not enough mana. Okay, so like, I wanna kick your ass. Has to be somewhere else to go then. That was probably showing me that I should loop back to the start. I have to buy my own brownies? Yes. Wait, am I stupid? I guess this cleared up. Now we can go the back side here before we talk to them. Found 696 sex. Oh, Portal Demon emerged. That's what they call me when I played the Door Maker. Briefly cripples an opponent, sure. Please work. Please do something useful. Wait, this boss attack. The demon begins releasing energy from the portal. Ah, I don't like that. Can I dominate it? Okay, they really do be going fast here. I think we got this though. I think we got this easy. The fact that they spawn in with half HP kind of helps. There we go. No more spawning. I say, and then it immediately spawns another one for no reason. Not very cool of you. What the fucking... Oh my god. It's not tied... Oh, okay, never mind. We gotta lock in. I didn't realize it wasn't tied to the guy. I thought that... Oh, and I don't know what the weakness of the muscle guy is yet. Wonderful. I wonder if there's a limit on how many can be spawned in at a time. That's not good at all. You don't have a revive. I do have Harem Mistress, so I could... Who would I swap out? I'll swap out you because you're... No. swap out. Despite her having the Giga Poison on her, I need to swap Inasta for Arena, probably. Oh, I love that you can go back and get the turn like this. No, I need her to do Indomitable Will still. Spawns a new one. Okay, that's a lot of damage. King Aura, Mass Heal, Holy Shield Wall. Okay, it doesn't spawn more now though. We're at the like max cap of monster spawn, which is great. Need to kill them all in one turn. Or at least somewhat close to that. Support allies. Shield of Purity. I can do it next turn. No, I can do it this turn. If not, I just kill the last one. I thought that that would barely do a little bit more damage. Oh, it didn't spawn in a mob? The fuck? Why not? Was there a limited number of them, like total? I guess so. I thought they were gonna respawn when you lower their number. But I suppose not. Shining Sword! Surprise rematch. Defeat the Portal Demon during the Incubus War. I don't remember you being as toxic the first time around. I'm gonna be real, Portal Demon. But we did get you this time. Got a bad team right here. I don't want you here. I would rather take like... Yeah, let's do... No. Let me do Altina. It's been a while since I used you for AoE. Quake! Aegis Assault! I'm at the point in the game where I need to call it all out while I'm like playing. Got a voice line, or what's the word? What do they say? Like when they say their techniques? I forget what the term for that is. That's like a meme name. I'm blanking on it. Oh, it's weak to lightning. Good. Could have been useful to know before we kill the Portal Demon, which I presume is like the last time you need to actually care about that. Can I get up to the Lord of Blood from here? I don't think so. No. Unless... If I jump the gap, then maybe. We have Nist. There wasn't anything else in here? Nope. Okay. I guess I'll talk to Nist on the boy. JK? Wait, this was at the very start, right? Yeah, that's the first chest. Okay, how are you doing, Mastan? You winning? You winning, boy? Damn it, stop going incorporeal! How very dull. If not for your shard, I'd have killed you already. You wanna take him together, Mastan? Phrasing. I don't want you to keep saving me. I've got this handled. Just move on. Is this too disrespectful? Do you think he'll be too mad if I do this? Like, I really... Out of everything I could do, this is the one I really want to do. But I feel like he might get really mad at me. Is that a stupid thought? I like just one strike. Yeah, right? It's like... It just feels right. It feels like something he would do. That's why. That's why it feels right. It's because that's what he would do. I'd say like, stop annoying me. And then he'd do that. And then like, I'm getting out of your hair. He's as much our enemy as yours. Let's hit him at least once. Always so pushy. Fine. It is a repayment for all the other times. You're right, you're right. Alright now, enough meddling. We'll see you later, Meston. He probably would have died otherwise. Look at you with your little knives. You really think you have any power that matters? Yeah, I've got Phantom Knives. I've got the accuracy power, which I think is just called accuracy. Like it, my Shiv deck is coming around really well, actually. Like I've got good powers for it. I had to look up that it was actually accuracy, and it is accuracy. Ugh. They have only one knife. He's talking to Meston right now, and Meston is definitely a full Shiv build. It's got like a deck that generates at least like 7 Shivs per turn on average. I don't know. Things I stab tend to die. Okay, why can he jump across a 5 square gap and I can only jump across a 2 square gap? This shit is fucked up. You really think you're a big bad Incubus King? Seems to me that you don't do much incubusing. Please, I'm a simple tool in the hands of those who matter, whereas you are nothing but fodder. How long will you persist in this pointless? Hi there, mister! I changed my treadmill settings by minus half a kilometer an hour, and I felt like I slowed down to like half speed. Like, I think I lowered it by 15%, something to that effect, and it feels like I'm walking at a snail's pace now. It's really weird how that works. You! Why are you here? No! Keep stabbing. I'll keep him from using his little tricks. My purpose is not to die here. Bye-bye. Did I ask for your help, bitch? You think I give a shit, you little fuckhead? And why did you help me? Another scheme to turn me into a puppet? I decided that I've been going about this the wrong way. If you're a fragment of me, of course you want to tear shit up. I mean, I'm annoyed. It would still be nice to use your body and finally control a shard. But supporting you causing chaos? That could be fun too. Chat, do we believe her? My vote is on no. My second vote is on I need to grab, what's it called? Socks, because I am chafing against my Crocs right now. The treadmill, it's gonna hurt if I keep walking. I will put on socks. I believe her for the next 5 minutes. Okay. What do you mean by that? Folks acquired. Supporting you causing chaos, that could be fun too. Just don't get in my way. I've decided that you're basically me, so why would I get in my own way? Okay, why do you have the cat Neko smile? Never mind, she's based. I believe her fully and utterly, 100%. I will not elaborate. I just took that as haha XD, oh my god, so random humor from you, Germelas. Which is very, very in character. I see that there's a chest to my side as well. For the bloods. Oh my god, I'm not blocked. I can walk here now. I'm surprised there's no one here to oppose us, because this is near the core. Let's not waste the opportunity. Let's waste the opportunity. Keep exploring. Eldritch Draught. See, I told you I don't need these fucking chests. It's always an Eldritch Draught or some shit. Okay, Lord of Blood, you still standing here? Can we kill you now? Okay. Looks like there's an alternate way in there somehow, but there's probably not right now. I'll have to remember that and get back to it if we ever get a chance to go here again. Or it's a different decision. It's probably like doing the alliance with him that gives you the chest. Almost out of mana. Wrong one. That's fine. I love AoE. Discard. And Lightning Storm. Guard, Lightning Storm, Sexual Mana on Instara. Don't kill everyone. We killed everyone. Shame. Maybe when they're too efficient. We reached the center, right? We can undo the knot and escape. Just gonna double check. There wasn't anything here, right? I don't know if I've been... Yeah, this is a separate way to get to this island. On that. Yeah. I might just head out. I believe so. Tanarek is more experienced than us, but not really more powerful. Perhaps it would be possible to slip out, leave everyone else inside the knot so that we can rescue Miffin ourselves. She did say we don't want to arrive first. The idea is sound, but I worry about what Tanarek might be doing outside. Let's focus on speed above all. We've been slowed down somewhat so far, but we'll devote ourselves to it now. Epilepsy warning. And another whole squad. Said there would be 5. Hey, I work with what I've got. These orcs don't have a lot of soul to split. So it does have to do with their ectomorphic qualities. What if I used this model for newer orcs? Oh hey, that would work much easier for me. More orc copies and not that much weaker. And I get to improvise some changes. That should be fun.
An instant army? That's inconvenient, but not really all that important in the grand scheme of things.
I didn't even see where he TP'd to first.
How very noble of you to hold this point while your friends are trapped.
I did that voice sitting down last time. It's so much easier when you're sitting down compared to when you're walking. It'll be like slightly less deranged. You're annoying. Real. Real and true. And why are you here?
For you, of course. I spared a thought for your slave bond. I can entirely eliminate it, freeing you both from your boring master and from all future masters.
Is it so easy?
Of course not. It requires genius tower manipulation in order to bend your fundamental soul so that the bond no longer applies. What do you say? Want to ditch that fool and cause a little chaos? Hell yeah, wipe out that bond.
Bam! Sad music! Sad music, go!
I require something first. Turn those orc copies on your companion. Kill her! Prove your commitment to chaos.
Wait, what are we talking about? Is this about me? Yeah, so I don't believe this for a second. I'm gonna just be completely real. We've been too good of a master for her to ever actually do this. If we maybe played our cards differently and didn't support her and follow her opinion when she actually had something to contribute with, then maybe, but no. Maybe Tanark has a bigger dick. That's Miffin, not Trin. Trin doesn't really care in that way. If anything, she might get off on you having a small dick. I'm actually sorry about this. It was fun working with you, Balia. Wait, what? My own orcs? It isn't that easy. I just formed them. I can easily...
No, you can't. Not with me enforcing them.
No. This isn't... There was so much more I wanted to do. Save me, Simon. Okay, so I don't believe you. If anything, Balia... Interesting.
It felt good, didn't it? Finally throwing off that sickening harem and doing what you've always wanted.
She wasn't as bad as some of the others, but you're right about the harem. I get a kick out of imagining their faces once they realize. You can free me now, right?
By turning against someone who also has a sexual link, you've already weakened the bond. Come with me, and we can finish it off.
That better not be all we do. Okay, so obviously that's not... Well, first of all, obviously, Balia's not dead. Second of all, this is clearly her own plan. She's always been doing random bullshit behind our back anyway, and we've trusted her before. I don't believe this for a second. How close are we? We're making moderate to good progress. It'll be soon. It may be some comfort to know that Miffin's barriers still appear to be active, if weak. Then we push through. I'll use my...
Already? You're getting much too fast for my liking.
You think you can stand in our way, Tanarak?
Maybe not, but I can definitely distract you. Poor Ulrissa. She tried to eliminate me, but this time she's the one in danger of slipping away. And the Lord of Blood, perhaps he'd benefit from a path out of here. And Lilith has met Mestan. I don't think you want to know what I could do with them. That makes 3 worthy distractions. Are you willing to sacrifice them all for one goddess?
You like to hear yourself talk. I do. That's why I stream. It's nothing to do with interacting with Shad, it's just really nice to hear your own voice. It lends like a level of credence and ego to it that isn't there if you just are gaming in the corner alone in like a dark room.
This can't be! You were... Damn it, I see now. Do you think this will stop me?
I think I'm going to eat your soul. I can completely neutralize Tanarak in the tower. The rest is up to you. Let's hurry. Okay. So if we didn't give her her body, I assume that she wouldn't be able to do jack shit in there, and then the Tanarak would kill Mestan and Lilith probably. Wait, it was Lilith, Mestan, Lord of Blood, and then who else? There was one more distraction I forgot about. We're back, and on Miffin's Island. What's the current situation? We'll need a bit of time to regain our bearings. I didn't think we wanted to be on Miffin's Island, though. Oh, Ulrissa, that's who it was. Sorry, my bad. She doesn't exist. I think everyone could use a bit of rest and healing. After all that. Well, she is a world-ending threat, so I'm not too surprised. The good news is that Wendy's finally acting should cripple both Tanarak and Nyst. Sounds good, below average. Or I mean, it sounds bad, but it also sounds good. If I was in that situation, I'd tap out and then just watch the VOD later. Alright, everyone, prepare for a final push. No, Pip, Ulrissa exists. Yeah, magic is real, you're right. That's the ending I'm picking. I also read... It was Shiki saying it in the Umineko thing, that they picked the trick ending because magic isn't real, and that's so based. That's so based to just do that unironically. I love that. Hey, Ginasta, is fighting all these Incubus Kings inspiring any of your old spirit? How can it, when I believe that I'm only working for, at best, a lesser evil? Really? I thought that with all these terrible tyrants, you might start feeling new surges of strength. You've seen what's at stake. You can imagine what our opponents would do with a goddess. Doesn't that inspire you to stop them? I can sense them ahead, but I... #1 Rat fan? I am the #1 Rat fan. I fucking love Erika. Like, unironically, Erika, like, elevates Umineko by, like, 2 points in my mind. It's so funny, because I've seen, like, 3 people play through Umineko now. Not whole playthroughs, but, like, highlights of them. And none of them like Erika, like, even a fifth as much as I do. I just really like that character. She's really funny. I can't. I don't have it in me anymore. It's okay, Ginasta. None of the rest of us have powers like that, but we still try to do the most we can. I will try to think about it that way. Where are Trin and Balia? I'm having trouble sensing them. They were producing orcs effectively, but we lost track of them. I regret that I have no more information. I can't sense them, but Wendy's can try to look. Meanwhile, we need to discuss our plan. I need to clear my throat, like, constantly. Like, I keep getting... It's, like, stuck between my nose and the back of my throat. And it just doesn't disappear. And it's so bad. It feels so bad to talk when it's in that spot. I keep wondering... When I was a teenager, I had an operation on my nose. And I wonder if that, like, caused this to happen. Because I don't remember having this issue talking before that. But to be fair, I also didn't stream before that operation. And you talk a lot more when you're streaming compared to, like, any other activity. So this isn't a problem I normally get, but it just sucks so bad. I wish my body was slightly more optimized. Very well. What's the current situation? First, some good news. Wendy's appears to be entirely suppressing Tanarak. Cool. He might eventually escape her, but we have an opportunity to focus on the other Incubus Kings. What about the Bean operation? I don't see how that would have impacted it, because, well, that didn't have an entry point in any area related to the issue. They went straight to the lung. Like, there wasn't anything in my throat. Or, like, upper respiratory system. They went from the side of my, like, rib cage in. She also managed to injure Nist, but he's escaped the tower and begun summoning demons. Though we have done severe damage to the Lord of Blood's forces, he began with numerical superiority and remains a threat. Though some of Fakko's forces survived him, they seem to be retreating. We can deal with them later. What about our own airships? Despite our losses, we have a meaningful number of fully militarized airships. They will be a significant advantage in the coming battle. And the strength of our position relative to Miffin? Our position could be worse. We'll have to fight our way in, but we have some knowledge of our shields. Overall, I believe we've come through this battle in exemplary condition. Yippee! I love how Genmelas was like, you went all out on Fakko. I can't wait to see how that fucks up the rest of your run. Exemplary condition. We're fucking gaming. We killed the Fakko and we're doing good so far. Asterisk so far. In 2 lines of dialogue it's gonna change and everything goes to hell. Simon, there are so many variables, it's difficult to come up with an appropriate battle plan. Yeah. I believe there are only 2 fundamental plans. Either we attempt to dominate the battle on Miffin's island, or we launch a desperate attempt to rescue her. given the circumstances, we could potentially do either. we trust her. We dominate the battle. We either focus on winning and Giga owning every other Incubus King and just like absolutely decimating them, or we push inwards and just get fucked up the ass by every Incubus King in like a train. They just run a train on us. Like, we're doing a dominate the battle. Our goal is to fight north, eliminating opposition in the way. The Lord of Blood may be ahead of us, but he's stalled on the interior defenses. If we could reduce the field to just him, our victory would be assured, but that seems unlikely. The Treadmill Jerker has logged in. You don't know the lore of this. This was like 4 weeks ago or something. I was walking on the treadmill while streaming, and someone was like, "Is this a jerk-off game?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm jerking off right now." And then I thought about it and how fucking inspired it would be to walk on, or to walk on a treadmill and then while you're jerking off. Like, that's, you have to be so insanely motivated. That there can't be a worse like turn off than being on the treadmill. So ever since then, I love the idea of the Treadmill Jerker. So that's the title. It also, I made that VOD. That VOD is called the, let me see. Pipsqueak VODs. It's my most viewed VOD by a landslide, and it has one comment which says unskippable title. Straight jerking on the treadmill has 180 views, or 175 views, whereas everything else has like between 10 and 50. It just randomly has 180 because the title is so good. So yeah, we're the Treadmill Jerkers now. Dominating the battle, maybe wasting valuable time. I trust Miffin. She specifically said, if you're the first one here, you are going to regret it. We are going to come in at the very end, at the last possible opportunity to maximize gain. And if we're too late, well, fuck her, she was wrong. Garbage. She shouldn't have told us not to come in first. You are the devil on my shoulder. Every time. It's like, sometimes I think about Northern Lion. Scratch that. Very often I think about Northern Lion and how he says he has shooters in chat. And I'm like, what do you mean shooters in chat? You are the shooter in chat. That's who you are. You are the shooter. If we could reduce the field to just him, our victory would be assured. But that seems unlikely. Just keep your eyes peeled as we move north. We have support in range, right? Fortunately, we are not without other support assets capable of operating in this environment. Meston is yet to appear, but signaled that he intends to run interference until we reach the palace. We also received contact from Wynne. It seems she is coordinating with Wendy's, intending to channel some of her power against enemy ships. Estera has also escaped the trap and can play a role. I'm having trouble locating Trin and Balia, but hopefully we can rendezvous with them along the way. Alright, let's move. It would be really funny if I somehow have done so poorly by Trin that she actually did just betray us. But I really doubt it. Yeah, Germelas is the mastermind in the background, for sure, every time. Please be weak. Okay, we just need to farm a little bit. Do Hazel 6 to minimize damage. Never mind, it wasn't even needed. Lightning Storm. I just need to get some mana back. Okay. Nice. Just kill one more and then we're Gucci. One more turn on him. Just do fire on her, guard, sexual mana, Hilstara. Bam! 250 mana. Lust renewal, guard, guard, guard. Bam! Plus 173 mana on him. And now we kill it. I don't know if we can beat you, but we have to try. For the Lord of Blood. You aren't going to fight us? You can only compete because the Lord of Blood charged you with so much high-end magic. But you can't fight for long, and it must be taking a toll. We never had a choice. We needed to give everything for the others to accept us. If you're willing to enter into our custody, you'll be safe and well treated. Well, girls, maybe this is for the best. Let's just cooperate. Wasting EXP again. Fucking... You are Shara from Undertale, for sure. Spewing poison in my ears. Levels are fine. We're at a power point where I'm not too scared about levels. Last renewal, guard, guard, sexual mana, bam. I do love farming mana. That was just the most obvious run, like, prompt ever. I looked at them and I was like, yeah, okay, so we're insta-running from this fight. I just check if I have a run option, like, every time. Once again, we've reached the social distancing fight. It is very funny that they're social distancing for no reason. I guess not no reason, but, like, you get what I mean. Actually, guard, lightning storm. Indomitable will. No, I should have scarred on him. Or her. Masturbate. Okay, last renewal. Guard. Guard. Oh, I can attack with you. She's enough mana. But for some reason, YouTube videos are loading as normal. Clear cache. That could help. Nice, so we have recovered almost all our mana. I still can't feel Trin or Balia. Isn't this the point they defended? The main reason I'm not doing YouTube streaming is the content ID system is really weird on it. And I would need double bandwidth if I wanted to stream on both platforms at the same time. I believe they occupied a different but similar entrance to Miffin's Palace. It could also be, aside from cache, it can be an add-on triggering it. I still can't feel Trin or Balia. Isn't this the point they defended? I believe they occupied a different but similar entrance to Miffin's Palace. In that case, I don't think it's interference. Trin's connection has been nearly broken, and Balia is simply gone. Gone? You don't mean... That can't be good, but it might be that she's trapped in a tower prison of some kind. Bandwidth, as in you need double bandwidth in order to stream to both platforms, which is highly resource intensive on the PC. I could do it for easy games like this, but if I wanted to stream anything more modern than an RPG Maker game, it would be a problem. With my specs, I'd have the lower quality on both platforms. But Trin, there's power fighting me every step of the way. If we weren't in control of the battle, it might be even worse. Wait, do you really mean that Trin is trying to harm you? Shouldn't the slave contract bind her? I suppose it is possible that she's attempting to use the damaged bond to send a message, if they're both trapped. The truth is that we don't know. The magic feedback might be harmless, or it might be a sign that someone is manipulating Trin. But if you want to take action, I think that now is the time to do so. No, I trust Trin. I trust Trin 100%. It's done. Let's move forward and find them if possible. I picked the right option there, right? I picked the ignore option, right? The dialogue makes me think I did something, but no. Let's move forward and find them if possible. Ignore and push forward. Yeah, cool. It went so fast, I wasn't sure, but yes. Cool. I picked the right one. I just don't see a universe where she would actually kill Balia. If anything, it might be a clone of Balia. An elaborate scheme. Found purified lingerie. You mean, like, purified as in puree, or what do you mean? Oh, well, obviously you would want it, Karina. Wow, you're such a prude, you don't even want to wear purified lingerie? Immense divine magic has gone into obscuring the inherent sexiness of Silk. Sex defense seems really strong. Agi is really good on her too, since she does AoE and will likely kill like a mob before they get to act if she has higher agility. But Fank fuck finally fixed. But fuck Fank, I agree. Fank deserves a good fuck. You should definitely fuck Fank. King's Aura, let's go! Let's attack one of them. Ace of 6. I could have done a mana heal first, but whatever. Secret up here, please. Secret. Secret, secret, secret. Estera, glad to see you well. You're finally here. I've been taking a beating just trying to defend this entrance. Any one Incubus King I could probably take, but this battle has so many popping in and out of the tower, striking opportunistically. There's a final barrier around the inner palace. If you've been studying her barriers closely, you should be able to pierce it. But you don't intend to join us, I take it? I have my hands full enough out here. I'll do what I can to keep anyone else from following you. Like, my read on what's happening is that Miffin is running a honey trap, and she's gonna turbo nuke like a group of Incubus Kings when they get close. Found an ancient Crusader sword. This is gonna suck ass. Old but heavily enchanted sword, made to fight against sexual creatures. Probably bonus damage against, like, succubi and stuff? Sure. If Fucko wasn't dead, you would have had to fight him on the way here, so rip even more XP. Very cool of you to give me that detail after kill them. On your behalf. Very cool of you. I hope you're feeling very proud. No, I don't mind. I'm joking, I'm joking. It's not a big deal. I also think, again, we're like over-leveled enough that it doesn't matter. Ice was not the answer. It's Firestorm then. Hold the line. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, like sex is a good thing to have access to. Makes sense. Sure, resistor, charisma, more skill issue. Now we have below average EXP, don't we? We are so... There's no universe where the average player that isn't using a guide has accrued more EXP than we have through the, like, quote-unquote optimal choices. And, like, delaying getting, like, party members, like... or rather, delaying fights until after we get party members like Real and stuff. I mean, obviously XP scales, but I really doubt it. If we had enough time to really explore the connection between our shards, maybe this would have gone differently. XD, don't worry about it. That's fine. This is the entrance to Miffin's palace, but the defenses seem to have regenerated. But they didn't have much time to do so. We'll be able to break through quite shortly. The essential battle might be inside, but we pretty much have control of the one outside. Perhaps I should use this time to make one more action as the Doom King. You could hasten breaking down the door, though be quick regardless. That's a reload if we happen to be too late. Might we not warn Miffin of our intentions? Surely at this stage her knowledge will matter more than those arrivals. Another option is to continue influencing the tower. After the battle within, everyone will attempt to retreat. Influence tower. I think that's all I can do from here. How close are we? We're through, my lord. Let's go find Miffin. No, I'm trusting her, is the thing. She could have contacted us earlier, but chose to leave a message. And I am choosing to trust her fully, so I don't want to waste the opportunity. And since I've already said I'm trusting her fully, I am taking one extra action outside and assuming she has this under control.
Not so fast. You think I'm going to let you waltz in here and seize the goddess?
While we argue, the Lord of Blood is getting ahead of us both.
And do you really think I consider him a threat? Even with a captive goddess, he's nothing but an ingredient for chaos.
Then I'm surprised you dare confront us yourself.
Oh, I won't be doing that.
I feel like you can, draw and then Impaler died for it. From what I know of that check was so insanely high that I had to do, like, everything perfectly to avoid it. And I don't think that's realistic. I don't think you can draw that comparison to Goonfall and this situation at all. Especially because in Goonfall you didn't have a dialogue beforehand that said, hey, please trust me. If you come first, you're gonna regret it. Please come later. And I'm just like, you know, She also didn't want to talk to us. She specifically said she didn't want us to talk to her. Yeah, with everything else, of course. On its own, it's not that special. But yeah, like, she specifically said she didn't want to talk to us. I want to debate me? Well, you successfully did, you motherfucker. What happened? The vibe in here was so good, like, 10 streams ago. Is this punishment for how long the break between streams was? Like, 10 streams ago, you were nice to me. And now, here you are going, like, we have, like, 5 people rage baiting me in chat, like, consistently. Not consistently, but, like, you're taking turns. Also, this song reminds me of the Clockwork Knights in Silk Song. Really, really good fight. Clockwork Dancers. Trin? Wait a minute. The slave bond is gone. Trin. Fuck off, you dickless old man. I can finally do what I want. You felt me kill Balia, didn't you? That was what I could do while still bound to you. We were also nice. Past tense is the important part of that. What if I just never stream again? What if you bully me off the platform? What then? What will you do then? Am I gonna get a DM that says, hey, I'm sorry for what I said, but like, I didn't mean it like that. I thought we were just playing. That it'll be too late then. We weren't ever nice. No, you were nice during the Mineko streams. You felt me kill Balia, didn't you? That's what I could do while still bound to you.
Now you're free to serve chaos.
Years ago, I couldn't fight you. This time... Okay, I'm ignoring Trin the entire fight and only attacking Tanarak. Also a bad comp for this. Is this instant? This is instant. Okay, let's think here. Not doing AoE. I actually don't have a bad comp, necessarily. Shared fantasy with you. I must kill Chaos? Yep. Fools, you think you can really hurt us so easily?
Trin, wait. Fools, you think you can really hurt us so easily? Trin, show them what you can do.
My expectations are sky high now below, but on the other hand, you've disappointed me so much already that I can't really take it seriously. Alright, for my first act as a servant of chaos.
Seriously? Copying me as some sort of gimmick? Just fight them directly.
Come on, it'll be fun.
What the fuck? You think you can challenge me?
Can't I?
Your soul is slippery, but now it's coming apart into fragments. You're more powerful than I thought.
Why?
Or why? You seriously tried to seduce me with that chaos shit? Don't you realize you're the boringest cunt here?
Let's go! Real! This is my favorite part of the game. She says what we've all been thinking. Trin, you're so right. Kill the cunt.
Servant of chaos. Blah fucking blah. I wanna break some shit, not serve some obnoxious abstract cause. The thing about your sort of chaotic evil, it's ultimately predictable. I grew out of it, but I guess you never did.
Wait. You finally figured it out? I knew you were going to make some kind of ultimatum, so I made a copy of Balia before I had to kill her. That's basically exactly what I thought happened. I thought first that she didn't fully kill him or her, but then I was like, no, that was a copy beforehand. Especially because she acted a little out of character. She was a little bit too emotive. Rather, she was emotive in the wrong locations. Well, she could have been. It's just my read of the character was a little off. I don't know exactly how they wrote the dialogue, but it felt a little wrong. Which might just be the entire situation being wrong and not the actual dialogue.
Oh, the drama! Oh, the pathos! A woman turned against her own comrades, surrendering their lives for the freedom of chaos.
Fuck that shit.
So disappointing. I'll admit, you got the better of me, but if you think you can really destroy me this way...
Damn it, I'm out of tricks. He really got away. But he was significantly weakened. Good work, Trin. Fuck, he's not dead yet. I'm impressed, but how did you fake the severed sexual connection? Partially based on your research, plus some tricks of my own, plus Balia going comatose at the right time. If you really fucking hate Trin for some reason, you can literally just kill her there. Oh, nice. Then I look forward to all her dialogue disappearing for the rest of the game. Altina style. But don't worry, you can wake her up with a good dicking. I think that might have harmed him more than we've seen before. Great work, Trin. Just let me fuck around with you guys sometimes and I'll call it even. Getting to tell off that sanctimonious cunt was worth it for its own sake. Are you saying that a ton of people did the, what's it called? The mind-broken Altina? And that's why there's less dialogue of her, because it's like a 50-50 split instead of a 90-10 split?
By the mere presence of the 100 number, this level of reasoning was possible for Pipsqueak.
What do you think, everyone? Trin, I'll reward you for this later, but I know. Priorities. Truth is, I'm completely exhausted, so I'll retreat and let you handle the rest. Grab that goddess right out from under their noses. Miffin is ahead, but so is everyone else. Since Tanarek slowed us down so much, we need to hurry. Saying their joke was right there. Yup. I mean, she did... God, I really wish that Erika would have properly turned against Bernkastel, but I also don't think they could have written that in a way that would have worked. That's fanfiction stuff. But it's my fanfiction stuff. Oh, guard. The issue with doing Incubus Strike is I really like the mana gain. So I should probably do Precise instead. For most fights. This was once a healing pool, but its nature has been corrupted. Going to have to stop you, Simon. Do we really have to do this, Meston? I told you it would come to this. We cooperated this far, but I need something for myself. Besides, there's no rush. Is she trying to control you again? Not this time. She's actually been more helpful than anyone else has. Simple self-interest. There's no point in wasting our strength. Can we decide with something like a coin flip? Draw your sword, Simon. It's time to decide this. Very well. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Altina, you're useless. Karina, finish. Ideally, I think I would wanna. Is hers an AOE? I don't think I can out. I think it's a single one, the one that clears the big status effect. So. What if I dominate Lilith? I wonder if that would do something. Have fun with this fight. Yeah, we'll see how we do this. I'm gonna give it a first proper we wait this out thing. A couple turns. Then I'm doing Corrupt on Lilith. Support allies clears the regular poison. Shield of Purity and Holy Shield. Is that the nothing debuff? Yeah, it is the nothing debuff. He's silenced, that's not good. Cleansing Aura. Does that clear silence? Does that clear silence? Soothes away sexual status effects. There's no sexual effect, it's all regular effects. Indomitable Will. King's Aura. I'm not waiting out the debuffs as much as I'm waiting for a trigger in the fight somewhere. And if there's no trigger, then there's no trigger and we just go again. It's just stupid not to try. I should get you out of here for Robin. I could also see an alternate solution where you anti-toxing on Simon, where you disable both of them on the same turn, and I could also end the fight. Wouldn't super surprise me. Toxin gone. Anti-toxin on yourself. Okay, so toxin gets reapplied on the turn after. Makes sense. Makes sense. How many more turns do we want to give it? I'll give it like a couple more turns before I start attacking. Paralysis every turn. The thing is, they're not really doing any damage, so I'm really just losing mana by doing this. It's not really like a big deal in terms of the damage output, which is why I'm fine spending a little bit of time on it. But I think we're seeing that we need to do something, so let's go out on Lilith, I guess. I would really like to unstun Simon. Are they susceptible to regular stun? I remove the stun. Cool, so I can do corrupt on, or dominate on Lilith. Do divine touch, and then a shield wall. Okay, that's annoying me somewhat. But she's slightly faster. I don't have anything to buff speed, right? Encourage doesn't buff speed, I don't think. See if I can disable. That'd be nice. Jesus Christ. I just want to use Dominate one turn. Aura of Spirit, the fuck? Aura of Spirit. Huh? Lightning. It's not lightning. Okay, so I got the Dominate off. It didn't really do anything, but it did say weak point, which is, no, sort of encouraging at least. Second shield, sure. This is such a funny situation. I guess I'll support allies, do another heal there, and then Aegis, and then you can heal her. Oof, they got me a bit. But that's not going to stop me from causing trouble. Okay, so maybe just get them both low. Keep them low. Prove we're strong enough to own them. Actually, wait. Guard, Divine Touch yourself, Holy Shield Wall. Question is, do we wanna... Do we actually wanna kill Lilith? My guess is no. My guess is we don't actually wanna kill Lilith, so I'm gonna go for both of them low instead. That's the goal. It could be just wait out this phase. Question is if you can kill Lilith. Well, technically she's one hit away on terms of HP right now, but yeah, I don't know what mechanics they might pull out. Erupts in Chaos. Well, she got way higher damage for sure. Maybe I should have focused on Mestdown first. Support allies. I'm like pretty sure I don't want to end up killing both of them. If I trigger an accidental, what's it called? If I trigger an accidental game over here, that's fine, but I prefer not to. Oh my god, annoying. Stop evading, you motherfucker! I don't know what the Aura of Spirit thing is. Sure, it's taking a while. Yeah, I'm gonna get both of them low before I decide how to do this. She triggered it on... Oh, wait, she's way up again. Chancing Aura, would like to take less damage. If I corrupt her, it said she was weak to it last time. I wonder if I corrupt her while she's at low HP, if that does anything. I did Shield of Purity there, so Indomitable Will... No, I Aegis Assault and then Healing Lance. Like, I'm definitely strong enough to win this through all this bullshit. Is that kill? Ah, okay, so you can't actually kill her. She's literally unkillable. I feel like there has to be something you can do here. I do one last time to double check. Okay, so I have to... well, let's see if I can dominate Mestdown. Oh, he's silenced. Okay, I can't do that. Okay, I guess I do have to kill you. I really don't want to, though. This kind of blows. This feels like a gimmick fight, where there is an alternate solution. Damn, you actually beat him? Well, alone I can't do much, but... That's far enough. I'm not going to kill you. Even with you denying so much of your power, I couldn't manage it. Yeah, I really... Look, denying so much of your power is a fucking understatement. I spent like 35 minutes on that shit. That's okay. We'll get them next time. Injuries like these, we can't do any more than lurk. Go on, then. Oh, she also has it. Forgot. Yippee! Cool. Wonder if killing all the ads is too much wasting time. You wanna not kill anything while you're here? I could see that reality. Found a holy draught. Material lust and material purity. The fuck? I felt like big boy items. What the fuck did I get? Am I blind? Material purity. Purity concentrated into physical form, and material lust. Lust concentrated into physical form. Much stickier than you'd want. So they're accessories? Wait, am I stupid? No, they're here. Sure. Do I... Oh. Found lightning charm. Really torn out if I want to kill the mobs or not, but let's talk to the orcs first. Almost time to fuck goddess. Hold them off. I feel like that one's the one you skip and you do the other ones. They wouldn't have like a separate, just walk past them otherwise, I feel. So I'm just gonna kill the blue things first and then go do the fight, ignore the orcs. Nice, I did drop her to 0, so good stuff that I got +1 RP, I guess. Wait, do you have... This is an instant. Simon's instant? Yes. Robin, you're not needed. Altina, swap in. Quake! It's probably the fire one I should do. Yeah, it's not bad. It gives RP for, what's it called? Meston, because Meston is like, thank fuck. I hate that girl. And he just can't voice it because she's right there in earshot. You know, a very common situation in real life when you want to shit talk someone, but, you know, you don't want to be rude about it. So you end up not shit talking them, but you want to the entire time. Just me? Okay. Just kidding. I don't think I've ever really shit talked. I mean, obviously, at some point I have, but it's not something I'm in the habit of doing. Sexual mana. Take that! Yeah, I mean, RP fun fact feels dangerously close to a spoiler. If anything, it just makes me speculate that she's a Hera member eventually. In some form. Which I don't want to know about yet. It is the wrong time for that information to become known. No, I don't think that. Go. 9-6. Wow, insane money. We're earning the big dollars now. Okay, fine. I'll attack you properly. Die! We got it. Level... Was that level 99? No, it was 89. That makes sense. I was like, really? I didn't think I was getting close to 99. You know, I said this reminded me of... Wait, what did I say this reminded me of? Not the game I'm thinking of now, but this right here is Expedition 33 style music for sure. These are Miffin's last defenses, but someone else has already gotten through. She put so much effort into multi-layer defenses, but they've fallen all the way to her innermost sanctum. No choice but to push on. Think one of these count as a female enemy that I can dominate. Okay, so that the left one is weak to Earth. Good to know. My party is weak to attack. That shit did hella damage. $12K crit! Jeez! That's crazy. Actually, you don't need to attack there. You can attack the other one, and I will just... Lightning Storm? Oh, I put Simon on the wrong one, my bad. Not lightning. Lightning! Okay, you don't care for lightning, neither positive nor negative. Fire! Resist fire, that makes sense. Then probably ice, I would assume. Ice! Yep. Good stuff. Rare Earth with W. I just love that you have access to so many extra moves in this game. There's always like a niche scenario where your comp is useful and you have a synergy going that's good. And if you don't, you have so many ways to switch teammates. It's cool.
There you are. I'd feared that Tanarek would have sneaked in first to claim you.
No, you're the first.
Turn and look at me, slut. You're already more in the grip of lust than I expected.
I haven't felt lust magic this dense in centuries. I hate it, but I love it.
Well, the wait is over. Submit to me and I'll satisfy your addiction. I'll be the first Incubus King in centuries to conquer a goddess.
Well, my pet theory is that Anak has had a goddess for a long time.
Ah! Why resist? Tanarek said that the first person to make you orgasm would own you. I can tell you're already on the edge after one blast of lust.
Please, no more.
You say that, but the lust has its hooks in deep.
No! It's too intense.
Submit! Orgasm and worship me!
I'm going to destroy everything.
My men! How? I have 1,000 years of lust built up. So yes, if you could reach me, you might claim me. But I also have 1,000 years of hatred. If I must fall, it'll be a goddess of destruction one last time. That's your limit, isn't it? I want... There's no need for you to play that old role. We only need your shard. Please, no! Enough. Hey, perfect timing. Here already, such a pity. Do you really think this makes any difference? Well, we'll see. It's possible that we're here too fast, in which case I'll reload the save and go kill the orcs right outside to delay even further. Do you really think this makes any difference? I think that every second you remain here, more of my allies will arrive. Did he truly retreat? All signs point to it, yes. We have control of the island. In that case, Miffin. So, in the end, it's you after all. You don't need to restrain your shard. Please, approach and do what you must. Okay, cool, so... I don't want to insult the effort you've gone to, but are you absolutely certain about how this has to end? Believe me, if I thought your innovations in non-sexual magic would be sufficient, I would have asked you for help. But my body, mind, and soul were magically conditioned for decades. You did an exceptionally good job of keeping the others away from me, but I've been holding back for too long. That didn't seem to hold you back when unleashing destruction. And I nearly orgasmed in the process, even though that doesn't really make sense. I've truly reached my limit. Look, if I was like an exceptionally powerful mage... No, it would be too lame to get off on it. It's like, I don't get off on... Like, if I had a weapon... or rather, maybe I'd get off on, like, building magic or some shit. Like, just watching, like, a castle spawn out of the ground. Maybe that's how I'd get off. Like, I approach, like, fertile ground and there's no civilization there. And I, like, tread my hand across the soil. And I mumble to myself, and then I just spawn, like, a massive city there. Maybe I'd get off on that, more so than destructive spells. If an Incubus King makes me orgasm, I'll belong to them, and probably revert to who I once was. Well, it's very dependent on person. I've been in situations where I've had... I've been in situations where I've had to exercise violence, and I never feel good about it. And I don't imagine magic throwing, like, a fireball is gonna feel any different, like, mechanically in my head from throwing a punch. Like, they're effectively the same thing, I would imagine. At least psychologically. And I don't get off on violence, so I don't think I would get off on a fireball either. But yes, there are people who do, for sure. Please, come closer. Don't make me crawl or beg. I know that you'll treat me well. Maybe you can even help me recover. But for now, there's no alternative. Just don't do anything weird, okay? Vaginal or anal is fine. But if you make me come by licking my toes or something... Miffin, please don't worry. Okay. BestViewersStreamBoo.com. Thank you. Backstage Middleman. I didn't know that was possible. Does your mind feel clearer? Because you like smart and competent girls? It's not that easy, I'm afraid. Truth is that my mind is becoming utterly filled with visions of your cock and serving it forever. Maybe I should lie down. Cool, Goddess acquired, I guess. Pretty tragic way to do it, but I feel like we played this... Like, again, I won't say optimal, because there is no one optimal way to play it, but I feel like basically everything I wanted to happen happened. Like, I went in with a set of goals, and we accomplished them, and no one died. Except the fucko, but he doesn't count. He's not a real character. Sleeping peacefully. You did exceptionally well with her. Orgasm via kiss! This is amazing! But was it enough? She wasn't lying. It'll take her a great deal of time to recover from her conditioning. I feel her previous method of denial was not the wisest course. I believe we can do better for her. She should be moved somewhere safe, probably to Tertia's personal garden, but we have bigger problems. We may have denied Tanarak a victory, but at what cost? Countless have already died, and chaos has spread across Arkland. That part is a bit of a mess. I asked Robin to collaborate with Orkin to sort everything out. It seems to me that the explosions on the island scattered all the airships and soldiers involved, and our reaching Miffin convinced even Incubus Kings that the battle was lost. Unfortunately, that means that they are now attempting to land safely and seizing land wherever they can. Our actions today may have neutralized many of them, but there are still enough forces to cause significant chaos in the afflicted regions. I'd feared as much. What are we dealing with? I'm most concerned about the Lord of Blood's army. It's staying relatively intact, and it seems to be heading to Takan. Yes, the societal fortitude of our allies there will soon be tested. Fucko may be dead, but some of his forces have crash-landed in Dargilon. At minimum, they will set off fires. Regardless, it'll be a political nightmare. And Nyst? That was what surprised me most. He appears to be moving toward Ardoheim, perhaps even Ardfort itself. Okay, good that we defended that. Nyst is like the scariest one out of all these, aside from Anak, of course. Since he has no armies aside from demons, he either intends to inspire tumult or intends to make an attempt on the Crystal of Evala. A minority of airships appear to be fleeing to Serantia and New Javini, but how will they react? We can't afford to ignore the situation. Yes? Below? Why did you post a picture of me? Tanarak? As near as I could tell, he's traveling to Aram. I do not know why, but the possibility that he has other resources there concerns me. I mean, the Aram becoming more and more warlike and generally acting like assholes all this time, it wouldn't surprise me if Tanarak has like old caches of power or corrupting influence or some shit there from like before he got sealed or some shit. Aside from immediate threats, we may have a long-term shard problem. If Nyst is somehow defeated, exactly who will acquire his shard? The Lord of Blood's shard was also lost in the destruction, so we could have new Incubus Kings rising up again. The scope of the problem has grown out of control. We can't handle all of this ourselves. It's time for our ground troops to take a hand, but diplomacy and communication may prove more important. It may prove fortunate that we decided to concentrate our ground forces in Ardoheim. It was the only option that stood out among the other three. Like, the other three were about equally as reasonable, but that one stood out a lot. Simon, we actually have a message coming in from the Agnostic. Hello, my lord. It's chaos out there, but I hope that we can help. Good to hear you're well, but we were definitely factoring the fleet into our plans. It's actually more than that. Contrary to my expectations, somehow we're coming out of this with a strong military fleet in dominant position. We could leverage this control of the skies for a specific purpose if you wanted. The most obvious use is, unquestionably, to use them to enforce stability in the chaos. Speaking for those not with us, we could also try to court goodwill by distributing relief supplies to the impacted regions. Given the chaotic nature of this conflict, I don't think holding them in reserve for another emergency would be a mistake either. Given the chaotic nature of this conflict, I don't think holding them in reserve for another emergency would be a mistake either. If I enforce order, aren't I keeping them in reserve as well? Isn't that like a double whammy, kinda? The issue is I don't know what enforcing stability in the chaos entails. Am I going to hurt a bunch of people? I mean, a big part is that we don't want to use the Doom King too much. Aram might hate it as well.
It could be seen as overstepping. I'm leaning deliver supplies. Enforce order is such a like dominant way to phrase it, and while it's good, I feel like it's overstepping our needs right now, or like what we need to do. I'm leaning deliver supplies. I think enforcing order is too aggressive, and I think keeping reserve is too defensive. I think deliver supplies makes the most sense to me right now, but it really depends on what enforce order means. Because like if we're using military airships, so like I don't want that to be a symbol that moves forward, that we just have that ability to do that at any time. I feel like that'll stay in the consciousness for a little bit too long. So I'm gonna say deliver supplies. Understood, my lord. We'll do our best. Seems we finally have a moment to breathe. Let's arrange the details. Not like this. Don't backseat me above. Or rather, if you're gonna backseat me, don't backseat me with email. Or like, with emotes. Your analysis looks on point. Oh no. If you're saying that, we're reloading. It's been a good run, but I think we've made a horrible error. Genmelas is giving me credit for once. And I'm done being supported for today. Oh, thank you. I'm happy that you said that. No, I think my analysis there, like, that's the fun part of these games. I don't like... So, I won't say it, like, bothers me when you're making me second guess over and over, but what I really enjoy is voicing the analysis that I'm making, but focusing on, like, what I'm fucking up or, like, what I'm sacrificing after I've already made my choice feels a little, like, it makes it harder for me to have momentum and go forward, and makes me less, like in the zone in the moment. I really like just arguing for what the choice ahead of me is, and then sort of just like, you know, I've done what I've done, and not really worrying too much about it. I mostly bother you when I think the choice, when you think the choice is trivial. That's very fair. That's very fair. Yeah. Making me engage with it more is a very fair thing to do. But then it's a choice ahead of me. It's a different thing when you're going like, well, shouldn't you have... What if you sent troops instead? Or like, what if you supported the rear instead? You know, it's a different thing there compared to when I'm like, well, obviously we do this. And then you go, so you're gonna throw away... Like, you're gonna throw away... the advantage we have now, you know, with the military airships. I'd be like, maybe. That's a different thing. That's completely fine. There's just been a little bit of a hindsight where it's like, well, what if you'd picked a different choice? We wouldn't have this problem then, would we? A lot of, like, hindsight stuff like that. All of that is good strategy, but the shards, the remaining Incubus Kings, I'm not about to let them off easily. No, I think we need to take advantage of our hard-won edge in the tower. Tanorak's activity is still focused on our plane, but he remains quite dangerous, particularly if he's planned anything for Aram. It's time to talk to Sestris. I want to utilize all the shards in my possession and establish tower superiority to prevent another battle like this. That sounds like an excellent plan. Stay with us a little longer to establish details, then we can all split up. What if you summoned the Grand Poobah Dick into the real world so you could punch his non-face? That feels like less of a question about the current moment in-game and more about me talking about what I get off on. Or don't get off on, rather. Yeah, I think if I got to punch the Tanorak in the face, I would get off on that. Like, that would feel really good. Not in, like, a sexual way, but in a, like, soul-healing way. Like, that would make me... that would slot in nicely at the top of the Marshall's hierarchy of needs. Like, that's self-actualization for sure. It isn't going to be easy, but I've already established meetings with my contacts. I'll help them see the truth of this. We've begun preparing relief supplies for the aftermath, building off what we'd prepped for ourselves. I believe we can control the narrative. This was an attack on all of Arkland, and we can overcome it by working together. That's exactly why I wanted to do the relief now. I feel like that's way more powerful than maintaining like a military presence. I can't imagine leaving this in better hands. You'd better finish up the fancy magic end so this isn't all for naught. Alright, Sestris, I believe it's time for us to talk. I agree. Okay, Nyst. Okay, let's think about Nyst. Nyst is the shadow of the Anak, or some shit like that. It's the demon half of the Anak. I agree. You've intimated that you have knowledge that could considerably help us, but you've withheld it up to this point. Yes, you're already aware that the Incubus King shards were once unified, or at least display properties of both affinity and repulsion. Repulsion when in others, unified when merged? Or so it operates normally. However, for those who have studied the shards for centuries, as the Anak has, there are ways to further exploit those properties. It's like magnetism. Do you know about Magneto? It turns out magnets control the universe, and if you control magnets, then you control the universe. Specifically, there is a ritual that will produce immense power from shards, both within yourself and in others. Nyst is the Anak's persona. You know, that isn't too far away from my current working theory. Like, that is one way to phrase it, but no, I don't think they're quite that related, that intertwined. But that is a very funny way to put it. In others, I was hoping for additional power, but are you saying that I can affect other Incubus Kings? Not substantially, not without the Anak's expertise, but with my help alone, you should be able to exploit the same connections. This is why the Anak has never been truly afraid of Tanarak. His taking of a shard actually made him more vulnerable to the systems of this world. That's good to know, but I need to understand exactly what your proposed ritual will actually do. My mages will need to review any tower magic. Oh, this doesn't use the tower. At least not directly. It's like ascended magic based purely on the shards themselves. As for what it will do, that's something I've been working on. The original ritual was beyond me, and complicated. Complicated in the sense that it might work against your master. I meant in technical complexity, but yes, in theory, it might have allowed you to harm even the Anak through his shard. I don't care about that. I just want to prevent rogue Incubus Kings from causing chaos. I know, and that was what made that decision for me. I cannot believe that the Anak would want the pain and suffering Tanarak has wrought. Therefore, I will help you with this ritual. You've been refusing to take your true power because you want to subvert all the shards to you, correct? It seems you've seen through us. As it happens, I approve, but your caution severely limits the amount of power you can wield compared to other Incubus Kings. Okay. I remain with my theory. Oh, nice. Anti-static wristband acting in clutch. I just short-circuited all my monitors by touching the PC for a second. At least my Bluetooth stuff still works. Good stuff. I touched the case of my PC for like a split second and all my monitors died for a frame. But what I was gonna say is, going back to my theory that we're gonna take an L fairly soon, like story-wise, mandated L because we're winning too hard. I feel like it makes sense that we're gonna try to unify our shards, and there's gonna be some form of backdoor that Sestris doesn't know about that allows the Anak to either control us or in some way hamper us significantly. And that's gonna be how we lose. Oh nice, I have hit 10,000 steps, checking down on the machine. Let me see, how long have I walked? Like what the distance is, 1 second. Move from the step counter. 2 hours and 30 minutes. 619 calories. 9 kilometers. Nice. 9 kilometers. Pretty nice. This ritual should temporarily ameliorate that weakness, allowing you to link all of your shards. In addition to increasing your strength, you should gain significant information on all other Incubus Kings. Does the connection work both ways? Not with my ritual in place. Of course, the Anak will also have such defenses, so I have no qualms about offering you this. What if it gets subverted? But you theoretically know a more powerful ritual that would have a stronger effect? forgive me, but I cannot betray my master and companion so easily. Well, easily is a fucking matter of perspective. If it lets me end this chaos sooner, I approve. Can we begin? What do you think I've been doing all this time? You should prepare yourself mentally and heal. But otherwise, we can start now. The sparklies are fancy, and Cumdump is a bit confused. But Cumdump can do healing so that Simon can become extra special Simon. Thank you, Cum. I'm ready. Very good. All you should need to do is resist the influence of the shards you haven't yet absorbed. Begin by placing the shards around you in a circle. Anywhere close will work. Now, begin drawing on their power, but maintain control, while I use my Millennium Eye to look at what cards you have in your hand. And send your soul to the Shadow Realm. Steady, steady. This is going well. Hello, you motherfucker. How are you doing, my enemy? That's sufficient. You, what is the... Ah! Okay, we're imprisoned in our own shards. So, I'm gonna be real, I thought that the next big war was where we were gonna take an L. But it makes sense that Cestrus is a very good liar. I have no more need to speak with you. Stay there and finish playing your role. Abusing our... Oh, never mind. She wasn't in the know. Makes sense. I did say, what if the ritual gets subverted? So I guess I was on the money. Xerxes, what is this? It seems that you didn't give him the ritual I'd leaked to you. This will still suffice, but it's an unnecessary mess. You planned it all from the beginning! You abandoned me for this? I see now. You always intended to take control of this ritual so that you could ascend yourself. And Simon proved a very dutiful custodian, gathering all the shards like this. Please tell me why you lied to me. You could have ordered me to operate as a double agent, but then we'd see through it. Oh, but he's not stupid enough for that. I needed to manipulate his basest impulses. I will never apologize for being empathetic, even if it lands me in trouble. You've seen the obvious pattern. Simon always subverts his opponent's women and uses them against him. How could I not follow the pattern and give him one more easy villain? I would have thrown away my life and sanity. I would have voluntarily purged my mind in order to take that role. And now, too late, I believe you. It seems my greatest flaw was actually earning your loyalty. Oh, stop it. You're irrelevant now. Just stay there and serve as a battery for my ascension. If I understand correctly, my altered ritual has only weakened your plans, not ruined them. Had you given him all the knowledge I intended, this process would expend his existence and tie up a minor loose end quite nicely. But your decision, and his subversion of the shards, well, no matter. They will soon be irrelevant. Is everything we work to achieve irrelevant as well? Oh, Cestrus, I regret that I did not take an entirely different path. Stability, Phylon, balance, these meant something to me once, but don't you see how it's a tedious, never-ending battle? I intend to implement a more permanent solution. One I cannot take part in. I cannot take the risk that you have been subverted by an enemy. If you are truly loyal, deal with loose ends in my absence. That tower entity in league with Simon. That one truly gave me pause, I must admit. But once my plans are complete, she won't be able to stop me. And Tanarak? Slippery enough to be an annoyance, no more. For example, he might be able to withhold his own power from this process. If your last act were to be to stop him, I would be honored to remember you that way. Do I have your loyalty, Cestrus? You have always treated me with kindness. All I have ever asked is to be able to participate in your plans for the world. The only person you consider a threat is the one behind the Chosen, correct? Which I could be Hester still. It feels out of character. I don't suppose that Simon had discovered anything about them. I haven't been able to eavesdrop in quite some time. They appear to be opaque to everyone. A pity, but unsurprising. They are the only threat, but if I break through the tower now, they... No! What's happening? They're finally acting. Against every single Incubus shard in existence. It would be very funny if, because we have extracted our shards from outside our body, we don't take the damage that we're intended to take here. In which case, I wonder, is it Hester? And Hester is using this as an opportunity because she knows that it won't actually harm us as a person. That would be very interesting. I don't think it's very likely. I'll give it like a 15% confidence rating. My lord! Use the reserved Theosons! They have far too much knowledge of the divine. My only choice is to resist directly. Then you're distracted enough to die. I have no time for this. I think this is actually it. I tried to help you, Simon. Silence. All lives are at stake unless I can resist them. The counterattack begins. Master? What?
This is absurd! You think you can just brush me aside like some petty little fornicator? Ha! Whoever you are, if you really think you can face a master of the tower, come and face me!
That is Hester's outline.
You!
That is Hester's outline. Still doesn't have to be her, but that is Hester's outline. I endure. I have truly passed beyond the limitations of an Incubus King.
My lord, what happened to all the others?
There is no more time. My great rival has finally acted, so I need every iota of my power to win this battle. Sestris, I am truly sorry.
Father, are you...
He's gone.
Nothing could get in or out. I don't understand. Sestris, tell us what happened. Xerxes intended to subvert the ritual and ascend himself. He was intercepted by an unknown enemy, who further subverted the ritual to target all Incubus Kings. The result is an immensely powerful prison within the tower, an entire subdimension where Simon and the others have been sent. More powerful than the trap Tanarek used during the battle?
Ah, the Mega Giga Dungeon.
Vastly. This one is intended to imprison them forever.
Sestris, exactly where do your loyalties lie? Stark quote. I don't have... The quote I endure is not from Stark in my mind. I think it's actually a Path of Exile quote I'm making there. There's a second place it's coming from too, but there is one Path of Exile as well that sounds like that. I endure. I need time to think. I am not certain how to specify the emotions I feel. It is easier to retreat to pure analysis. I need time to consider what Xerxes is intending to do. It felt as though he escaped the trap. But no doubt he's more worried about this opponent who might be his equal. I mean, I guess that's how I voiced Stark as well, so it does fit perfectly. Yeah, he does say that. He's still in our party, right? Or crew. Just in a corner, being pretty depressed still, I guess. It felt as though he escaped the trap. But no doubt he's more worried about this opponent who might be his equal. And it's gonna be Hester for sure. Correct. All the information I have is suspect, but he did give me real information in order to accomplish his plans. That isn't good enough. If given the choice, will you betray us to your master, like you did Simon? I never wanted... I'm concerned that Xerxes intends to take extreme measures that I cannot support. Please, give me time to construct a likely scenario. Robin, to stand any chance of getting Simon back, we'll need her help. Is everything okay? We felt something explode in the tower, and Kum went catatonic. Kum did? Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. I believe that her intuitive magical senses were overwhelmed by the magnitude of what she was attempting to comprehend. I hope that she'll be alright, given time, but it's difficult to predict the effects. Okay? Idiot savant, we need you to lock the fuck in and, analyze this magic while you're asleep. Wake up and just be like, I know the pretty sparkles! I know what they're gonna do! That's good. But what about everything else? You said Simon is gone. There's still chaos all over Arkland, isn't there? If Cestrus is telling the truth, every single Incubus King except the Anak has currently been imprisoned within the tower. That part is the truth. I've never felt such intense power. It tore straight from reality through my depths. There's no hope you can easily rescue Simon? I'm sorry. I wish I could, but this prison is a knot of divine and orderly power. The very antithesis of my own. Antithesis. That's how you say it. Sorry, I was struggling to speak for a second. I meant antithesis of my power. Then, perhaps we should confer with the goddesses? Yes, but not only that. I want Simon back as much as all of you. But he wouldn't want us to focus on him to the exclusion of everyone else, or of everything else. It would be really funny if Hester... Because again, Ivala has been locked up for ages. It would be very interesting if Hester is the one locking her up. I would never see that coming. I still assume it's an Incubus King, or a third force we don't know about yet, like someone that we haven't identified yet. But it is possible. I say Hester, but it's just because the outline was the same. But it could be someone else. Still, it's just, you know. Or it could be, you know, Hester's two sides, whatever. Yes, but not only that. I want Simon back as much as all of you, but he wouldn't want us to focus on him to the exclusion of everything else. Elstara, get Orkand and take control of the physical situation. We can't let these armies run amok. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Robin, help Kum recover and gather all of our magical capacity. We'll need it regardless of the direction this goes. What? The Twin Butler? That goes against the rules of mystery novels. It goes against Nox's, Decalogue. I understand. Wendy's, you're still our strongest piece. Do what you can to learn about the Anak and his rival. Glad to see the harem isn't helpless without him. I'll do what I can. Cestrus, we'll need to confine you while I confer with the goddesses. I understand. Do what you must. If it's a divine magic prison, why can't you just break through? It's this abstracted divinity, separated from our natures. Even if I fully exerted myself, it would be futile. Miffin, will you be able to assist us? The cock is gone! So far away! Miffin... I can control myself. My slave conditioning will actually assist me in restoring him. Do you have an actual solution for us? How can we get Simon back? Given time, perhaps the prison could be unmade. It would require divine collaboration. Just goddesses? We already have 2. It can't be that hard. I need to quickly refill my water bottle. I am getting parched from walking and talking. So 1 second, I will be right back. We're back. It was the cocked king of the dwarves. This is his ultimate retribution. Real as fuck. He really struck me as the true mastermind of the entire thing. No, actually, it wasn't the dwarf king. It was the Aram guy who wanted to impregnate Neranda more than anything. It's him. It's his revenge for getting cucked. I should have seen it coming since the very start. Just like he saw us come and cuck him from getting Neranda. I will attempt to be more helpful than my older sister. Yes, can you speak plainly about the divine balance as you see it? The Elven Mother is young and has always scorned us, so we should not expect any help from her quarter. It was the random street fog in Yihilin that Yara blueballed at the start of the game. I can see it now. You joke about this, but... Can I spoil... Can I spoil a Persona game? Does anyone care for non-Persona 5 spoilers? I feel like... Old enough, far enough back, I feel like you should have played an earlier Persona at this point. If not, well, until I advance the dialogue, mute the stream or the VOD or whatever. In Persona 4 Golden, that is essentially how the plot goes. You have the main villain that's just vibing, and it turns out, no, the secret main villain is a gas station guy who had a portrait at the start of the game, and you were like, why does he have a portrait? And then you never talk to him again. It turns out he's God. And he was just filling up your gas at the station. I think it's Amaterasu or whatever. And I think that's so funny, especially because I was, no joke, when I played that with Prison, I memed and I went, he's the main villain. He has a portrait. He looks kind of weird. He's the main villain. And then I kept memeing about it the entire time until... And it meant that I was like hyper-focusing on clues for it. So like slightly further than halfway through the game, you see a static, like a person in a CRT TV with like fog. And I just immediately clocked him. I was like, oh, it's the gas station attendant. And then I knew that was the main villain. It was so funny. The Elven Mother is young and has always scorned us, so we should not expect any help from her quarter. But Celica will unquestionably help us. She's been imprisoned by the Anak for a long time, but she knows about Simon. You know there's some weird time-traveling visual novel thing that has that kinda? It was the 7-Eleven attendant at the start of the game. I think I've played almost like every relevant time travel visual novel. So maybe I'm learning about one I don't know about. So I don't think that's Sekimeya. It's certainly not Gnosia. You knew the Anak had a captive goddess. Why didn't you tell us more? Okay, so it is the Anak who has her. Good. Oh no, that's not Evala. That's Celica, right, who we've heard talk about multiple times, but we haven't actually seen. The plot of One Night of Werewolf. Oh, it's it's Raging Loop. It's Raging Loop. Yeah. That's correct. Oh wow, I almost fell off the treadmill because I was doing the thing where I'm like cleaning my eyes and talking at the same time, but not looking at what I'm doing. Yeah, it's Raging Loop. That makes sense. You knew the Anak had a captive goddess. Why didn't you tell us more? I'm sorry, Harem Mistress. This cocksleeve has been foolish. Unlike myself, she is not feigning this behavior. Jeez, okay. Don't do that, Miffin. Just help us, okay? We need your help. Yes, Mistress. Somehow you've taken all the fun out of that. Riala, please take over. So, one of our priorities is to retrieve Celica, but that will require entering Philon, and we may need to interrogate Sestris. Yes, I believe that may be beyond your power, but there is another alternative. Someone in the church has been holding my dear sister Evala captive, draining her strength for unknown ends. Hester, huh? It really is Hester that does the Chosen bullshit. She's the only one that makes sense, if you say from the church. I'll take this as a soft confirmation. I'm really curious how they're gonna develop that. I want to see when I first thought about Hester in that way. What point in the game I started speculating. But yeah, it could be someone. It could be someone else for sure. I'm just trying to think of all the candidates in the church that make sense. Someone in the church. So it doesn't have to be a high priestess necessarily. There's the prince guy in Ardoheim that gave me really weird vibes. Could be the kinky halfling Saria. Doubt it, but possible. No, it's definitely not Karina, I'll say that much. In the church. Yeah, Hester is my soft confirmation now, but could definitely be someone else as well. It's just that the fact that the outline of the character that fought the Tanarak was Hester makes me lean way toward that. Could be a fake out though. Wait, seriously, don't tell Karina. I was unable to save her because her captor is the equal of Cersei's. Oh. Oh, okay, wait. That would imply that Hester isn't the main bad guy, which I kind of like more. If you're in the same role as Cersei's. Wait, no, I'm trolling, right? It's Cestris I'm thinking of. Anak, isn't his name like Anak Cersei's? Isn't she literally just saying Hester is the same level as Cersei's and she is the main villain? Sorry, Cestris is a close enough name that I conflated the two, but Cersei's, his name is Anak Cersei's. So yeah, no. Never mind. But you don't know who this person is. Anak is more a title. Oh yeah, Cersei is his actual name and Anak is the title. Sorry, I thought it was like first, last name. That makes sense, sorry. It's been a long time since we saw Cersei's... since they made that distinction. It's been a couple 50 hours. I'm sorry, but no. Once they nearly caught me, and I had the sense of a great and terrible eye. But that was only an impression. I'm certain they are not male. Likely either a disciplined female or even an unwoman. They're truly subtle. Yeah, the Anak, I get that. But I meant more that the distinction of who Cersei's was compared to Cestris. It's been a long time. Sometimes you fuck up names, you know? Especially when you have a long break between. Do we finally have you getting involved, Tertia? Not usefully, because we're dealing with true masters. But in the wake of current events, I can make a few observations. Cersei's mastered his own shard, then tried to master divinity by extracting power from a goddess, rendering it concrete and discrete. I believe that they spoke of something called Thiosons. Thiosons. Which is atoms, I believe, or molecules. His rival built their power in the natural world, deftly evading the gaze of almost all tower-based entities. But they've grown far stronger. They have divine power from Ivala, and they must have been able to study Incubus shards in all the wars and later chaos. Wait a minute, was that what the Chosen were for? I need to confirm with Cestris. But I have a strong feeling that the Chosen were experiments for these purposes. That's really cool. I really, really like the idea of this being a double-pronged thing where you spawn the Chosen to exercise your divine power, and then you see how they react with Incubus Kings and get data from that. That's really cool. I need to confirm with Cestris, but I have a strong feeling that the Chosen were experiments for these purposes. And they've had decades to perfect their power. I believe what we saw was an invisible race between Cersei's and his foe, each not entirely prepared but fearful of moving first. Sister, when did Cersei's win? His rival wasn't able to imprison him with the others, so... No, I believe that was only their first move. Whoa, what is that? Such power, raw divine force, coursing from the crystal of Ivala. Sister, don't let them use you! It's no use. She's no longer in control of her strength. Are the two of you alright? I feel strangely hollow. I believe this is the equivalent of the ritual Circe's executed. Its rival is causing divine resonance so that they can ascend as well. We can't face power of this magnitude, not even if we all coordinated. I'm so happy I was right that we were gonna take an L, and I'm also happy that it wasn't really in like a bullshit way, and it was to the point that I felt like I guessed it ahead of time, which tends to be a sign that it's properly set up. I think this is all really, really well done right now. Come on, surely there's something we can do. It also sets up for the underdog comeback victory. I didn't say we were helpless. Like Tertia said, their power is rooted in the real world. We can strike there, at the Crystal of Ivala. That feels like that's gonna have really, really, really bad effects. But that's a symbol of the entire church. Are we really just going to barge in and attack it? I believe it is finally time for the Doomed King to act. And that is the situation as we see it. Reports are still coming in. But those are likely to be the problem areas. Such terrible chaos and so much potential suffering. Is that it? I expected you to be way more upset about the Ivala news. I am not sure what to believe. The being allegedly in Ardfort may or may not be related to Faith as I have understood it. But I understand that the being there is likely suffering, so we must do something to assist them. That's all bad, but what about Simon? He's gone, possibly forever. He's in the Giga Mega Dungeon. The dreaded final Incubus King piece, which is also really cool, because so it's set up so that we have all the Incubus King pieces except one, which we'll probably find in that place that he's locked up in. The question then is, I wonder what happens if you don't have like all the pieces, because they're all optional, I think. I'll be really interested to see what they do with that. I don't believe any magical prison is unbreakable, but I worry about the conditions he may be enduring. Come on, our Simon is tough. We can trust him to handle things on his side. Anax still has his piece. Does he have one? I'm not talking about the shards, I'm talking about the armor. Which I don't think anyone has had one piece of. They've all been in like secret places, right? Like we found one in the dungeon. So I'm saying that the final armor piece is gonna be where Simon is stuck right now. We can trust him to handle things on his side. We just need to take charge of all the rest. Might there not be an argument for pursuing him first? It could make a major difference in the chaotic aftermath. If, as Riala leads me to understand, the prison is highly formidable, then we cannot afford a singular focus for the required length of time. I agree. As we fully evaluate all the crises, we need to split up to the locations where we can have a significant impact. This is reasonable, but are we not sorely diminished? The goddesses appear only temporarily weakened by the ritual, but Miffin has endured a great deal and Tertia is increasingly unresponsive. The fighting took a lot out of Sabetha too. She'll need help, or she'll help, but I don't know how much. What about Wendy's? She departed first, moving through the tower as if she intends to travel east. What she said was rather confusing. What about Mom? I haven't seen any sign of her. Presumably she was taken to the same It only targets males, baby! The sex/gender conscious crystal ritual, baby. We love that. Oh, but I'm still here. Mother! Wait a minute. Were you waiting for a moment to make your entrance? Never mind that. What did you experience when the ritual occurred? An overwhelming surge of magic that pushed me into the tower. It has taken me until now to claw my way out. So it affected you to a lesser degree. I feel we need magical insight to interpret this. Considering how thoroughly we have been outclassed, I'm not sure there's any point in giving our opinions. I would guess that, in order to maximize the imprisoning power of the spell, they focused on male Incubus Kings. That might make it apply more force to the primary targets, while missing unusual cases like Estera or the Doomed King armor. Whatever, the point is, I'm not as worn as some of your other allies, so you can count on me to keep fighting. Speaking of allies, what of Ulrissa? Wendy's deposited her in the base. It appears Tanarak's attempt to erase her failed, but she will take some time to recover. I caught some of what you said, so I know the overall situation, but one major question remains to me. How the fuck did you let Simon participate in a ritual that exploited him? I fear this magic is well beyond us. Even reviewing the spell now, knowing what to look for, I cannot see the hints I must have missed. Be fair to yourself, Robin. The ritual was essentially composed entirely of power being rerouted in complex ways. It's like a Factorio base, but as a spell. That problem may be important, but we'll trust you with it later. We have airships putting enemy forces on the ground all across Arkland, right? Indeed. I believe those of us unable to assist in magical quandaries... the choice to... have I even done any combat? I wonder if I should go back and change that. But the choice to do disaster relief seems, really weird now that we're fucked. It was the correct decision at the time, so I'm gonna keep with it. But it is really funny that we got absolutely destroyed 2 seconds later. We're like, nah, I don't want to use military might to keep order. Bam! Everything is fucked. If anything, using military might have been worse, because we would paint ourselves as the target. I believe those of us unable to assist in magical quandaries should take action immediately to alleviate incarnate problems. We need someone to handle Ardford, right? I'll do everything I can to uncover the problems there. I'll join you, but if we want the Doom King to act, will we not require Robin? I would prefer to focus on other problems. Given time, I should be able to teach Estera or a few others to control the armor. The details can be sorted out later. Of second greatest importance, the Mother appears to be making threats. Seems like a problem for the elves, right? We can have a non-succubus mage take a whole diplomatic group. Had we moved our ground troops to Takan, they might have been of help in keeping the peace. Fair. However, I believe this chaos is less amenable to the violence we can offer. I suggest contacting Grubak and forcing him to clean his own house. You trust him that far? I could probably dominate a significant percentage of them given time. At what cost to future relations with Takan? Simon's methods overcomplicate everything. I trust we will not forget Sirantia in all of this. I believe that I should return to my homeland to help where I can. Oh god, imagine if Hester would have supported us and, not nuked us if we bought the Ferroholm restoration thing for 2 million. She would have been less angry and just not done this. Then we would have won. Now she's like, you've forgotten your roots, Simon. That's why I had to do this. It's like, fuck, if I only remembered my roots, we wouldn't have been in this situation. With the power of hindsight, I could be perfect. I believe that I should return to my homeland to help where I can. Sounds good. We can send some mages along with you, in case you need to send a message from Antiala. There is another disturbance. No, it was 2 million. It feels as though Tanarak is doing something in Aram. I think. I have it in my sheet as 2 million. The last sovereign. Do I have it in my sheet? I thought I saved it. Sirantia was 2.5 mil. Oh, did I save Sirantia but not the... I guess maybe I didn't save the other one, but no, Sirantia was 2.5 mil, and I thought that was slightly more expensive than the Ferroholm one. Maybe I'm wrong. Hometown is 3 mil. Oh, maybe I made the concession that I could get one more investment if I did Sirantia. Crazy that Ferroholm needs more than an entire fucking country. There is another disturbance. It feels as though Tanarak is doing something in Aram. What the fuck? Wasn't he captured along with Simon and the others? Nope. As far as I know, he was. It's difficult to explain, but we can't afford to ignore the situation. What are we supposed to do? He could make things way worse, but I don't know how we counter him if he might not even be there. It would be helpful if Wendy's communicated more directly with us, but she appears to be pursuing her own path. At minimum, we can go investigate personally. I'll try to lead an effort there, unless someone else needs me for higher priority stabbing. Yeah, that's fair. I still think that should be cheaper than an entire country, but maybe not. Because again, it's not upgrades as much as it's like repair, because they did get hit by a bunch of corruption and like artillery and stuff. But yeah, fair. Thank you, Akka. I hate to think of the negative effect changes in Aram could have on the fragile balance. Fuck the balance. It's all very well to gesture at goals, but I suppose we need to arrange our forces properly, don't we? That's true. I guess I was just sort of waiting for Simon to start delegating. He probably would have organized us into groups by now. Come on, we're perfectly capable of... No, it can't be. I may not have felt the magic, but I don't like that rumbling. What the hell is going on? The Lord of Blood left another emergency measure in his island. Another thing we missed. It's hurtling right towards Miffin's island, aiming to destroy both. Is there time to... There's no time! Move! Nice. We're gonna form groups. And not intentionally. Hey, Mestan! How are you doing? Ugh. Where am I? Mestan? Are you alright? No. No, I'm really not. Just wait. I may not be a healer, but I have skills that... Damn it. My strength. It's gone. Mine too. That bastard hit hard. I might have survived it if I wasn't sent here. This is really it for me. It's funny. So much of our world comes down to big set laws. Just lust, corruption, orientation. If one little property of you had been different, I could have joined your harem. You could have controlled chaos through Lilith. This would have ended entirely differently. Mestan. But you're straight, so I'm dying. Life is funny. The story is much funnier than anything I could have come up with. I have no choice but to take his shard and move on. That's insanely tragic. This place, I don't recognize it at all, and something is wrong with the air. There's a small amount of mana leaking just ahead. That's the only place that feels safe to me. But my strength and equipment are gone. I'll need to rely on my instincts to survive here. I'm so excited. Level 1! Let's fucking go! No save either, that's sick. Oh. Found a broken claw. So much here feels immaterial, but some of these bones seem solid enough to create an improvised weapon. I love this. How much is this? This is plus 5 damage. Find a save? I'm going to. I mean, they did say that this place, I should investigate it further. Everything around me, I'm not sure anything is real except a few fragments of magic, taking different forms. These, they look like sex crystals, but that doesn't make any sense in this place. I don't see any harm. I feel like I've collected some real power, even if I don't see a way to spend it. Normally sex comes cheaply, but I have a feeling opportunities like this will be limited here. As for the rest, the circle feels like uncontained mana. I should be able to take it to rejuvenate myself. Want item? Who are you? Item? This isn't a person, I don't think. A weakness in the magic around me, or could it be a trap? Give sex? Unique potion. If I spent that power, I might be able to earn something. But is that really a good way to spend the power I've accumulated? I don't suppose you want to reveal anything about your true nature? Item? That's what I thought. I'm alone here. I don't know what to think of these false merchants, but that thing... This essence, it feels immensely powerful, but it doesn't feel natural like all the rest. Can I survive in this place alone? I'm not sure, but this power could help. I feel like this decision would be permanent, but that my path forward would be much harder without it. So we're never taking that, for sure. Never ever taking that. Okay. I really like the writing with Mestan there. Extremely impactful way for him to go. I also really like that he points out the banality of it all, or like the unfortunate part of it, because he is effectively a Harem member that is locked out from us because of our orientation. That's completely correct. I really, really dig that. That's super cool. Actually an amazing moment. I'm sad that he's gone. I suggest you save in a really different slot. We're putting in the emergency saves. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll do a space between 30 and 40, and I'll rotate 10 saves there. Wait, did I... Oh, I went up too far. Nice. How locked in are you on that last collector's piece? Don't spoil anything. I'm going to do this the hardest possible way. Any concession that makes this place easier, I won't take, if I can avoid it. So, probably pretty locked in. We'll figure it out. I'm never taking that crystal, for example. Even if it requires reloading and, like, figuring out a route and everything. I'm really happy about where the plot went this time. It's been stalling for a while, but this is the most invested I've been since the start of Chapter 4, I think. Yeah, I'm assuming I'm gonna have to reload a bunch if I fuck up, given the nature of no saves and everything. This feels like a super cool, like, map out the dungeon stream next time, like a 5-hour dungeon segment. But yeah, I really like where the plot is going now. I feel like it's been stalling since middle Chapter 4, maybe. Pretty much, I think the point I realized that the... that I felt the plot was stalling would be good to have that policy all the time before. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think spoilers have been that egregious. You can have your opinion, Genmilas, but I'll point out if I think spoilers are a problem. Which I have earlier the stream already. I don't think it's a big deal. And it's my stream, not yours, so... I don't care for your opinion. But in any case, what I was gonna say is, since we maxed Robin's RP score, and we did the ritual there where we went full anime mode, I've been thinking about the way the plot is going, and that's when I was like, we're too strong in this position, and it's too generically set up compared to earlier. It felt a little incompetent, and ever since that point, I was like, okay, so we're definitely set up for a fall of some kind. Like, this story can't end without, like, us coming from an underdog position. Like, it doesn't work. It'll have no tension. So I really dig that. I super dig that we get this now. And if it's tied together into gameplay in a cool way, where it's like stealth segments, where it's you make decisions on what combats you can take because healing is limited, and like it's actually well designed, and you have decisions on, do you want to make it easier, or do you want to, you know, use the crystal and get a worse reward, etc. Really cool. I super dig this. If it's tied together well, I'll love this. But with that said, I am going to end the stream here. I feel like this is a perfect spot to end for today. At the weakest point, so that we can spend the next stream absolutely like having a meteoric rise to the rank of the gods again. Like, by the end of next stream, we'll be level 90 again, for sure. Maybe not that far, but I feel like this dungeon is probably like a multi-hour, like, probably upwards of like 10 hours would be my guess. So, we're probably not going to finish it next stream, but we'll get deep into it. Plan-wise, I plan to stream tomorrow, but I'm not 100% locked in on it. So, I won't super promise it, but that is my current plan. In which case, you know, I'll message around the same start time as I did today. Also, let's finish by looking at the distance to see how far I've walked, so I can brag. I've walked 12 kilometers. Big. We're fucking gaming, and we're we're exercising at the same time. It's giga optimal. But with that, I'll say, have a good one, nerds. I'll see you around. So bye, nerds.